私がお守りします。心配しないで。絶対許しません。美味しいもの食べよう。オラオラ。連綿たる山々となる。苦しみを忘れたことはありません。私は一歩も引きません。美味しいもの食べよう。美味しいもの食べよう。谢小姐火灾。みんなお腹すいた？美味しいもの食べよう。Mission accomplished. あなたはドクターだね。
Hello! Okay, it looks like we're gonna be having connection issues again today because why wouldn't we? It's raining, possibly. But to counteract this, I have decided to record it along with the stream. So if here... No, we're gonna be picking up here at 4, at the beginning of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on, we might have stopped too early last time. Okay, well, either way, we're going to be picking up somewhere in the middle and reading until the end tonight. So, let me we did read this part last time. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this was the tutorial. Oh, hold on, I counted wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, the hunt was just about to begin. Let me see if I can make any last minute adjustments to this network connection. I am not quite sure if I can do it on the fly. You know, I don't know if I can fix bugs that are in production, but we're gonna try it anyway. Yeah. Okay, well, we are in for the long haul, regardless of whether or not this works. If it doesn't work, the VOD will be up, hopefully right after the stream. All right, everyone that's here now, welcome. Hope you have a chill time. Let's get into the reading, shall we? So where we picked up last time, or where we stopped last time, is we were just about to go on the hunt. Silver Ash had walked all the way up the mountain, had to eat for days. Man is suffering, and everyone else is plotting against him because Gnosis is like, everyone else is conniving, and that one man is just angry. All right, The leader of the men knelt before Yeringder and offered her highest regard, thus asked, "These lands are no longer masterless. All who live on these lands worship and revere your holiness. And so, please tell us, what is our name?" And Yeringder answered, "I have a name for thee. From this day, these lands should be called Yerag, and thou shalt be known as the children of Yerag." Yeringder, page 2. Howdy, howdy. Alright, this is the man that's angry. Sir Arctos. "I'm here. Your orders, great Saintess." "No need to be so tense, Sir Arctos. I don't eat people." "This is the first time you are participating in the holy hunt yourself, Saintess. I am not the only one. Take a look at the warriors around us. With your gracing your presence, we are all tense, eager to put on our best show. Also, she says her name is Premanix. I always called her Premanix. Is there another bug flying around here? Oh my gosh. There was a bug flying around earlier, and I found its body. And, I guess it had children. That is so unfortunate. Okay, anyway. "Hunt with the warriors of Yeringder, my rightful duty." "You make a fine point." "Let's not talk about me. It seems something has been on your mind since the hunt began. If there is something you'd like to ask, please don't hesitate." Haha, I guess I wasn't going to fool the Saintess. If you don't mind, you can think of me as a friend." Oh, look at the little ooh-woo face. Guys, ooh-woo. Ooh-woo. "And I too will think of you as a friend, great Saintess." "In my heart, I see you as a friend, great Saintess." "In that case, let us talk as friends." "Very well. Then, if I may speak my mind, I want to know your thoughts on the whole transfer of powers affair." "How straightforward." "We are friends, after all." "We are friends who exploit each other for their secrets." "When it comes to battle, the Padroaches are no less impressive than the Browntails and the Silver Ashes. In subterfuge, though, we are—" "My friend." "We get it, you guys are friends." "You'll have to forgive me. Before I answer your question, I must first make sure of something." "Please, go on." "Sir Arctos, you are brave, loyal warrior. I know you as a frank, straightforward individual, but I also know you nonetheless give your matters due consideration. You say friend, Saintess. It doesn't matter how much Encios boasts about his so-called opening up and how attractive it all is. I don't care about windbraggery and lip service. All I care is what he brings. And I see him bringing waves of unfaithful foreigners gushing into our homes, destruction of our lands, and mountains in the name of expansion, and the children of Yeringder lose their faith after working in his territory. Hello! Agton and Jay, hey. It's been so long. Built many big houses on the back of it. I know all that. But if everyone takes after him and casts aside faith in the name of prosperity, what will become of our lands? Yeringder ordered the Padroaches to protect Yerag, and such, I, Arctos, will not allow anyone to bring it to ruin, however they try. Now I understand how you feel, Sir Arctos. In that case, it's time for me to answer your question too. Sir Enciros proposed to turn over his core lands to me. It was so sudden that it caught me by surprise. I want to touch her tail. I don't claim to understand how Sir Enciros thought process and how he arrived at the idea of turning all powers over to me. However, the unexpected always comes to pass, no? Sir Enciros hasn't thought of this before. Then I must have thought too highly of him. Fine. Whatever the case for everything else, I trust your word on this. Every NPC, I know. When are we going to get Lin Yuxia as a freaking playable op? I want her so bad. I'm so mad. So mad. Okay. And we digress. To tell you the truth, great Saintess, up until you just spoke, this conversation made me feel as though I had been talking to someone entirely other than the Saintess. She's just a person, man. I guess I must be overthinking it. Or she's conniving. You know, everyone's conniving here. Yeah? I'm very... I was gonna say something, but she's pretty suspicious as well. I'm saddened to hear how you feel. I'm saddened to hear about how you feel about our conversation, but I will never deny that Silver Ash is my name too. Hard to deny that. However, when I became the Saintess, I separated from the secular world. It was the same Sir Encius who stripped the name of meaning. Great Saintess. What? Great Saintess, we were just eaten by a lion. We can't hold the beast back any longer, huh? All hands, get ready to hunt! Let's go! Saintess blessing home with you! I want to bring one home with me. I want to bring one Prominix home with me, thank you. Yar, yeah, okay. Hey? She's like very British, but I keep making her sound not British. Indescribable shrieking. Whoa, that gave me a jump. What are you spacing out for? You've been standing there, not moving an inch. Nope, sorry. British is not happening. Oh, did that scare you? Scared me shitless, lady. Ha ha ha, you seem fine to me. What are you looking at? Did you catch the holy hunt ceremony? Even the Saintess is joining the hunt this time. Everyone's here, looking forward to it. Oh, you're asking just the right person. There's probably not a lot of fun things to do. Aside from the markets, nearly everyone has to do with Yaringer. Yeah, her voice is like a little confusing because her and Prominix sound absolutely nothing alike. She's really British. If you want to take this chance and learn from more about Yaringer though, there is no better time. Come, let me show you around. This season every year, the devotees who teach and study at the academy come back to Weinberg Court to teach or give lessons about Yaringer. Let's have a listen. A millennium ago, our forebears angered Yaringer. She vowed to never again protect Yareg. No harsh winter befell our lands. Every year, to calm her fury, the Weinberg court picked the girl with the purest soul to head skyward toward the mountaintop, carrying the bell that represents her, until the young maiden sacrificed her soul to her. When she heard the cries of the 100th girl, Yaringer at long last forgave the people of Yaringer, and the cruel winters came to an end. That was how Yareg's first Saintess came to be. This again, huh? I read different version of this story in the Weinberg Court's text. Every year, to calm Yaringer's fury, Yarig chose a girl to be its Saintess, who was to sit atop Mount Carlin to pray until her death. We gotta love society. I like how everyone just like defaults to sacrifice. It's like, oh, the gods are mad. Clearly they want to sacrifice. They don't want the people to do better. They just want to sacrifice. Yaringer is said to have appeared before the masses as a young girl, and so everyone believed that a maiden's pure soul could reach her and beckon her back to us. The ritual continued for almost 300 years. Over time, the people gradually turned against these unreciprocated rituals. There was a rebellion against the Weinberg court, led by a small clan leader whose daughter was chosen to be the Saintess. Many of the Weinberg court's blessings were leveled, and many of its texts, kept since ancient times, were destroyed. Ever since, the Weinberg court's understanding of its past have been widely off the mark. The most dramatic thing about this turn of events is that the Saintess still climbed to the top of Mount Carlin that year, and Yaringer regained her strength after centuries-long slumber. Found the scripture at the court by chance. It might be a record left behind by someone who is actually there. It could also be nothing more than pure nonsense. After all, Yareg's snowy mounts are known to swallow men whole. That was an accidental sacrifice. Got it. Sir, a large group of beasts has been spotted up ahead. These beasts are unusually brutal, They're attacking our soldiers at the front right now. They're just beasts. There's nothing to be afraid of. They're beasts like you. Like you, Ganyu. All of you, stay here and protect the Saints. Keep your formation and do not panic. Valis, you stay here too. Everyone, come with me. We'll back our brothers up ahead. Sir Arctos, wait! Great Saints, I will come with you. But Great Saints, your safety. Valis is right. Your safety is what's important here. Please, wait for us. The Perroch warriors will protect you. Wait up, Arctos! Ratatos? What are you doing here? I thought the Browntails and the Silver Ashes were supposed to take their hunt elsewhere. What is the name of that Pokemon? Because every time I read her name, I'm like, oh yeah. What do you mean by that? You mean the unusual pack of beasts up ahead, Madam Ratatos? Fine observation, Great Saintess. I don't know the specifics, but I have a bad feeling about this. I only hope that no one is trying to pull anything funny during the occasion as dignified as the Holy Hunt. Let alone putting on a show. Yeah, it's probably Gnosis. Anyway, we should be more careful. For the first time ever, the Saintess is personally gracing her with their presence during a hunt. You're exaggerating things, Madame Ratatos. Redicate? No, I think it's a lesser version of that one. It's like the one that... I don't know what the evolutions look like, but I think the lowest one, it was like probably the most common Pokemon that I've ever seen when I was playing Pokemon Go. It's like the little purple one that is on all four and that has like the long tail pointed up. You do have a point though. Since I'm here, I must stand alongside our brave warriors instead of cowering in the danger or fear of danger. Please, the situation is urgent. Let us talk on the way. I will whack them across the face with my bell. Well done. How fortunate is Yareg that you feel this way, Great Saintess. I won't stop you. Valis, lead the way. Yes, sir. Ratata, yeah. Opportunity to take care of as many beasts in front of her as we can. But what if we hurt the Saintess by accident? Are you really concerned that you're gonna be like, okay, just aim at the target. Just aim at the target. But you must take this chance, Monch. It's always the little ones that are the most feisty. How can these beasts be so fearless? This definitely isn't normal. Here I thought the beasts in the mountains would be scared stiff with the Saintess joining us. Looks like things aren't that simple. Guess the Saintess really isn't all that. Ouch! Watch your mouth. The Saintess isn't for you to discuss so nonchalantly. Think about what if Sir Arctos catches you complaining. Fine, I get it. He'd shoot me out if he heard. Damn straight he would. As long as you know... Wait, watch out behind. Get down! Who's it gonna be? The silver arc of lightning pierces the raging snowstorm before the beast is able to let out its chilling cry. With the beast's icy fangs mere inches away, its warm, stinking blood is splattered all over the warrior's face. Slowly, the Yareg Saintess sets down her hand from a bowstring as she walks towards the source of the commotion. Just as the text describes, she is accompanied by both Browntail and Pale Roach fighters. Let's go, Promatics! I don't know why you're using a bow, but... Promatics? Oh, let's go. Promatics Alter. Pralter. Coming in hot. Pralter the sniper. She is Yarinder's Vicar on Terra. She is Yarinder's supreme emissary on the mountaintop. The girl walks forward. Even the snowfall comes to a halt in her presence. Are you hurt? The Saintess. The danger is yet for the Saintess. For the Saintess. Da-na-na-na-na-na, for the Saintess! Let's go! Da-na-na-na-na-na. Oh, here's the most sussy of us all. What voice did I give him last time? It was... Okay, I think I remember. Are the preparations in place? Go ahead. If I may be so bold, I'm afraid that the Browntails might get caught up in the... I've considered that, but it doesn't matter. What becomes of the Browntails isn't important. This is a rare opportunity, and I do not want it to go to waste. At the same time, I hope you know to save your own skin. Should the worst come to pass, you need to think about the Browntails. I know Ensiot, if your testimony is useful to him, he won't harm you. At least, for the time being. And, when the time comes, I will send my men to ensure your safety. Sir Gnosis, What's the matter? If you are having any second thoughts, we can bring others to execute this plan in your stead. No, please, let me do it. Whatever your orders, Sir Gnosis. Your wish is my command. Sussy, sussy, sussy! I smell a rat! And it's not Lynn. We've taken care of all the beasts for now. Some of the youngins got a few scratches here and there. Nothing major at all. It's all thanks to you, Great Saintess. I haven't done anything. Rather, all of you have admirably demonstrated your courage. It's me. Thank you for saving my life just now. Great Saintess, that was far too risky. Nonetheless, I have to thank you for saving this runt. We are all the children of Yarringdar. It is only natural for me to save one of my own. Great Saintess, that was truly a fine shot. I didn't know you're such a capable archer. Neither did I. I thought that I was only a supporter. The Saintess of Yarrag's finest archers. Great Saintess, Sir Arctas, Madame Ratatos, this is bad. What are you blabbling about? How is any of this bad? You're the one on Silver Ashes. You're one of the Silver Ashes. What's the matter? Don't tell me you were ambushed by beasts and Ensiot is looking for our help. No, not beasts. Then what is it? Ambushed? Somebody's so bold to make a move on him during the holy hunt? Half of you, stay here to protect the Saintess. Stay alert. The rest of you, come with me. Wait, Arctos, are you out of your mind? What are you gonna do? Are you going to his aid? If not, a conniving piece of shit like you. I know what you are thinking, but it does not matter to me one bit whether Ensios is really turning over a new leaf or just putting on a show. I, Arctos. Can't keep your cool, can you? Whatever. Let's see where this kindness of yours will... Sir Ensidos, you're bleeding. Are you hurt? I'm fine. No need to panic. But you're in the holy hunt. What's the matter? Not going to show yourself? If you have the courage to do this on such occasion, surely you know what a great disrespect it was to Yarringdar. Come now, did you not consider this? You can stop taunting me. Of course it's you. If I'm brave enough to do this, of course I've considered the consequences. Ensidos, if you don't make it out of these hunting grounds today, see the damage you brought to Yarrag. It's not that often that someone says as much to me outright. There aren't many in Yarrag who bear such a great grudge against me these days, after all. For you to criticize me like that, I must have done something to harm your prophets. Or perhaps you are truly devout, even radical follower. Now which is it? Do you even think I'd just tell you? Sir Ensidos, watch out! Out of my way! Regrettable. You had these berserk beasts prepared in advance, didn't you? I don't have many guards accompanying me during the holy hunt, and that is indeed a good chance to strike while they are preoccupied. And yet, it looks like you've wasted your one chance. Are you mocking me? You're hurt. It doesn't matter how lightly you make out your injuries, you can't fool me. Your movement is starting to get sluggish, isn't it? I just had to land one more hit and... Despite the circumstances, now that we're facing off in the open, how confident are you in landing a fatal shot? Let's find out, shall we? See, like, playing through all of the stages already, I'm kind of questioning, like, where the story is going. Because we're only on 5, and like I feel like she should be the boss. But she's not. Damn it. You can block arrows with that, Cade? Are you screwing with me? Please don't get the wrong idea. It is not my intention to look down on you. You came well prepared and you have an excellent plan. However, all plans must face to be put into motion, and they rarely survive contact with the enemy. My hope is that everything can be solved by diplomacy, but one of my companions possesses exactly the level of violence. Thanks to her, I understand violent people very well. I know how to handle feisty little, squirrels, maybe? I don't know what they are. What are you talking about? Still not showing your true face? Or am I mistaken? Gnosis, show yourself. Oh. Wait. It's a little hard to slice through an arrow after all. You! But that's just part of the job, Mr. Encidos. So, will you two keep the fight up? That is not for me to decide. Giving up is the best course of action here. At the very least, no lives will be lost. You can drop the kind act. It disgusts me. You want to get information from me, don't you? You want to know who it is that wants your life. I've considered that, but it doesn't matter. What becomes of the Browntails isn't important. This is a rare opportunity, and I do not want it to go to waste. All the same, I hope you know how to save your own skin. Should the worst come to pass, you needn't think about the Browntails. I know Encidos. If your testimony is useful to him, he won't harm you. At least, for the time being. Who goes around with Arktos? I don't remember. Give him up. Give him up. Is this gonna be Cyrus? Munch! Munch! Where'd you go? Come, help take a look at my plan. This one will show Radatos for sure. Oh, Munch, I knew you had my back. Everyone else is always calling me dumb. Huh, wouldn't lie to me. Munch! I won't let you! Her movement is swift as always, as though she's leaping across a river, and as though she's leaping off a tree. In an instant, her black figure springs off the ground before falling and disappearing below the cliffs. She leapt off. An unexpected choice? I'm going to pretend that I expected that because I am Silver Ash and I am Daddy. You didn't stop her. That's not part of my mission. You don't seem surprised either. I'm definitely not just acting surprised. There aren't many who can properly set up the pieces on the hunting ground. If we search for evidence, we're bound to find some. Of course, having a witness would have saved us some trouble. Though, whether the witness is alive or dead doesn't actually matter all that much. Your underlings are absent. Perhaps they are tied up with the beast running amok. No, why is there another bug? About that, please be sure to thank the doctor for me. Master! What's the situation? All taken care of. Some of our men are hurt, but nothing major. I just got some news from Weiss. Sharp, what are you doing? It's not that hard at all. I already told you. Oh. Arktos. I never expected to see you here. Perhaps this is a portent of the Silver Ashes and Pale Roaches finally burying the hatchet. For this, you are truly hearing there's exactly Arktos. My men will look for any traces of her. Let's continue our hunt. There's blood on the ground. Are you hurt? It's not ruin getting their ceremony. Send the word out that all is all around him, scattering as he gazes upward. There is not a single scripture that describes such a sight. The patches of red behind him gradually turn fainter in color before finally leaving nothing but pure white that blends into mountainous scenery. No one can stop him. No one dares to. Encidos keeps walking straight ahead. Making good time. Okay. For the Elder. Oh, Gulo. He goes around with Arctos. We only saw him a little bit, though. The other nephew of my third uncle came back with General Gulo. They arrived just now, and I heard the news from him. What a good lad. Now that's some big news. But who wouldn't be so foolhardy as to tax Sir Ensidos on his way to the Holy Hunt, no less? Do you think it could have been Shigata? How the hell could it have been Shigata? We don't already say a person he did it. If you ask me, it must have been the doing of the Parroches or the Browntails. They tried so hard to suppress the Silver Ashes, saying something about her Sir Ensidos trampled upon our teachings. But who knows? Maybe they were really after the Silver Ashes clan's land. I wouldn't go around making spurious claims like that. Spurious? Do you have any idea how much Silver Ashes land the Browntail clan gobbled up after Sir Ensidos left Yerag to study abroad? Now that Sir Ensidos had a lot to change of heart and took the initiative to show favor to the Saints, the two clans are panicking because they no longer have the excuse to keep the Silver Ashes down. Well, who do you belong to? I'm within the Browntail clan. So what? You're a Browntail? How can you say those things about your own clan? Because I've been working down here in the valley for so long, I honestly feel that Sir Ensidos has been wronged. Sir Ensidos has brought many good things to Yerag, but it's been kept down by the Tri-Clan Council. Now, after all he has offered to return to the government and taken the initiative to repair his relationship with the Rheinberg court and the Saints, look how they treat him. Even if you're a Perroche, does that not make your conscience ache? You have a point. That's right. No matter what the circumstances are, an attack on Sir Ensidos is simply going too far. Besides, to do it during the ceremony as important as the Holy Hunt is also a grave insult to Yaringdar. Exactly. No matter what the facts are regarding the situation, there must be some kind of explanation. Yes, possibly an outsider, you say? Did someone say it was an outsider? No? Okay. You said it? That's right. The perpetrator must be found. What's wrong? Didn't sleep last night? You don't look so good. Word of it has spread, and everyone's talking about. I can see that many people are already demanding explanation for this matter. Judging from the look on your face, did you not expect this at all? I feel like I need to go back and listen to her voice. I have completely lost the British accent. Huh? Then what got you in a twist? Gnosis didn't see eye to eye with Ensidos. He's been plotting to overthrow him since they parted ways. You didn't think Ensidos would leave himself so open, nor did you want to interfere with the affairs of the three clans, so you came to the ceremony as a guest. I'm just talking about superficial appearances here, but from that angle, that is how the situation seems, right? Yes. Everyone yeah. I don't have a clue what goes on inside that head of yours all day, but I feel like you've infected me into enjoying thinking about these things. So let's do just that. Oh no! Oh no. She's going to revolt. No! Yar! Stay with us! Oh, she has blue nails too. How do they get nail polish all the way up the mountain? It would probably freeze by then. So Ensidos used to be good friends with Gnosis. And we know the latter to be a crafty man. He must have been prepared for Gnosis' betrayal from the very beginning. I know, hello. But he's attacked away. Anyway, and it became a pretty big deal. In other words, he engineered the situation to become more sympathetic in the eyes of the public? But what exactly does this accomplish? Right now, the Holy Hunt party should be on its way back. Shortly, the grand ceremony come to its final ritual, including the ceremony crowning of the Saintess. Isn't she already crowned the Saintess? If he can catch the perpetrator at the ceremony, that'll increase people's faith in Ensidos. But that's it, right? What would that be? Just don't tell her. Just don't tell her. Keep her in the dark. Keep her in the dark. The Saintess shot and killed the prey herself during the holy hunt? Yes. And the news of the attack on Encidus has already spread among the people. Yes. Not only that, but a number of people are demanding the perpetrator be punished before the coronation ceremony. To ensure a countryman during the holy hunt is gravely disrespected Yeringer. Of course, this deserves punishment. But this is still the Saintess's coronation ceremony. There is little chance that the mastermind behind this will not be sniffed out, regardless of who it is. The only things were that simple. Please do explain, Great Elder. The Saintess' behavior has gone increasingly out of line, yet Insider's response has been quite uncharacteristic. What are those siblings planning? What does the Great Elder mean by those siblings? No, there is no possibility of any collusion between the two. But perhaps this is Silver Ash blood that runs through their veins. Everyone, the elders, the Great Elder, and the Saintess's teams are about to arrive. Enough. People are like living in the Stone Ages, and Radatos has headphones. What is she listening to? Hurry, the holy hunt party! Look, Sir Encirus wounds had been bandaged. The rumors were true after all. Great Saintess, please deliver justice to this incident. We won't accept the ceremony if you just try to sweep things under the rug and move on. My friends, I am very grateful for your concern, though the perpetrator has not been found yet. It is only a matter of time. For now, let us prioritize the ceremony. For what say you, Saintess? As Sir Encidos is so faithful to Yeringer, I have no objections. Then children of Yeringer, know that this year's ceremony holds a different meaning. The proposal by the head of the Silver Ash clan, Encidos... to have the Saintess restored to power passes the previous Tri-Clan Council, and this was announced throughout our territory. And today, on the day of Yarig's grandest celebration, we hold the coronation ceremony for the Saintess. Nice. Sir? Flashback. Who was over here? It was Sharp talking to that girl, the new one, the 5-star. I'm a researcher. Even should I lie, I would never lie about my research. You may distrust the results of my analysis, yet you still hold on to my sample from back then. You can use it as an experiment to verify the things that I said. Or are you ready to accept this truth? Do you truly believe that our father died for blasphemizing Yeringer? You know what? This sounds like the Brown Tails now. Oh. Interesting. I don't know what to think about her. Besides the fact that someone called her Ganyu last stream and now I can't unsee it. Valais respectfully brings forth a cup of wine. This cup represents a bountiful harvest. I offered this wine made from nourishing grain to Yeringer, so that we may be blessed with the bountiful harvest next year. Yeringer gave her own hide to the Browntail clan, making the forest lush and full of beast life so that the people of Yeringer would no longer succumb to the cold. This scarf represents comfort and good health. I offer this cloth knit for the warming fur to Yeringer, so that we may be blessed with comfort and good health for next year. The Great Elder takes the scarf and drapes it across the Saintess. As head of the Browntail clan, I, Radatos Browntail, pay the highest tribute to Yeringer. Your prayers will surely reach Yeringer. Finally, Yeringer gave her own bones to the Silver Ash clan, making the mountain rich with metal, so the people of Yera could forge tools and weapons. Matterhorn. Sir. Matterhorn respectfully brings forth a small knife. This small knife represents peace. Yes, stabby. Stab your way to peace. I offer this weapon of refined ore to Yaringder, so that we may be blessed with peace next year. The Great Elder takes the knife and hands it to the Saintess with both hands. As head of the Silver Ash clan, I, Ensudo Silver Ash, pay the highest tribute to Yaringder. Your prayers will surely reach Yaringder. Next. Master, the perpetrator has been found. You got it, Courier. Great Elder, now that I, Courier. This perpetrator must be brought to justice. That's right, the perpetrator must be punished. Since the people worry about this matter, bring the perpetrator! Very well. Come. Lay gasp. Lay tsundere gasp. Monch? What's going on? Why is Monch in custody? Does this have to do with the assassination attempt? Damn it, that idiot. Wait, Russ, what are you doing? Assassin who dares to disrupt the holy hunt. State your name. Why? Keeping your mouth shut will not spare your life. Your sacrilege against Yaringder during a sacred ceremony is a sin that must be punished accordingly. Know that if you persist, by the commandments, I can order your execution on the spot. Fine, then you shall be dealt with according to the commandments. Even if you choose not to speak, your identity will not be difficult to uncover. Wait, hold on. Cyrus. Yucatan, what are you doing? Let go of me. Monch is one of my people. I won't let you hurt her. Is this true, Cyrus? Cyrus, you get back here this instant. This isn't the time or place to be fooling around. Yucatan, get your wife under control. Russ, you don't understand the situation. Let's not make a scene here, alright? Come, over here, by me. What am I not understanding? And I'm not making a scene. They're all like that. If I didn't speak up, they would have condemned Mons as an assassin. Silence! Raditos, Looks like that saves us one trouble of identifying the assassin. Literally, Cyrus is just like, no, that one's mine. That one's mine. I take full responsibility for that one over there. Detain Cyrus. What? Wait, why are you arresting me? I'm telling you, I never had Monch do anything of the sort. Someone must be trying to frame us. Great Elder, surely it cannot be appropriate for us to use force against the Browntail clan solely on the words of an insignificant person who knows nothing of the situation. We stand Radito's best tsundere. Insulting the brain cells. Yes, welcome to the 21st century. Brain cells, Raditos. Are you saying that she's a zombie? She has no brain? Do you not find something unusual about that? Very perceptive, Great Elder. I'm going to die now because I am very in shock. Ensidos, what do you think? Raditos has always treated me kindly, and I have always trusted her in such manner during the celebration of Yaringder. While my well-being is of little conscience, I disrespect that Yaringder cannot be tolerated. What you mean by that? Now that we have known that the perpetrator is a member of the Browntail clan, no one will believe the empty rhetoric that the Browntails have nothing to do with this matter. Without providing some concrete evidence or turning over the real perpetrator, even if I'm willing to turn the other cheek, I'm too thunderous to bear. The entire ceremony is awash with turmoil. She has never once felt the gaze of the surrounding people in such a way before, full of distrust and hostility, like barbs in her back. Cyrus also seems to be saying something. In the past, the two of them played similar tricks without the notice of adults. her sister says. But I just want to do something for the Browntail clan. Oh, you did something. You did something all right. Great Elder, what is your opinion? Your words wing true, Encidos. Great Elder, is there something wrong? Yes, I'm having a freaking dying. Do you mind? I'm fine. Great Elder, what's happening? I'm fucking dying. What do you mean? There's some green liquid coming out of the Elder's lips. He's been poisoned. Someone poisoned the Great Elder. Let me see. I can't with this anymore. All right. Stay back. The poison is too potent and is suppressing my healing arts. She's the best. Apparently she can use a bow and she heals. That kind of seems too OP for a 5-star. Like, everything about her screams 6-star. That's like, okay, art, apparently she uses a bow, she can support, and she heals. But where does she do that in the game? I'm still waiting. Okay. Who would poison the Great Elder? And when? Wine. It must be that cup of wine that Arktos offered to the Great Elder. Bring the cup. Here it is. Clue. This is literally like playing Clue. It was Arktos in the ceremony with the cup. No, it was Cyrus in the house with the Mach. It was Gnosis in the background with the... We still have yet to determine. Arktos, I never could have imagined that you would dare poison the Great Elder in your bid to take over Yerag. What? What's throughout the Yerag? The people gathered here are all witness to that. You know what it seems like? It seems like... I don't want to point any fingers, but how come you're the only one that isn't sus in this, Silver Ash? Just saying. Just saying, the mastermind of this entire operation, I feel like it's gonna be Encidos. Over these years, you have used this privilege to suppress me, something I endure to this day. You have all seen it with your own eyes. And now, even if I have compromised this proposing in return temporal power to the Saintess, you still have to terrorize the House of Silver Ash. Once the Saintess holds all the power and the 3 clans are equal under her leadership, with the Pale Roach clan still enjoying its privileges as it does now, wait, Rangers and Shining are in love? I refuse to believe that. I believe that Shining, Nightingale, and Nerl are all in a harem. Simply because of that one scene in Nearlight. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. Running away. Running away. Believe in the harem. Believe in the harem. Oh, lore? Oh. Okay. That would be a really funny ship. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop thinking about that. That was cursed. That was cursed. Okay, I'm done. Madam Cyrus was responsible for assassinating me. You would poison the Great Elder, and the 2 of you would take advantage of the situation to seize power in Yereg. Not a bad plan, Arktos. You dare to slander me, Encidos! Slander. It's a fact that your clan is on good terms with the Vineberry Court. It is a fact that the Browntail clan is now allied with yours. It is a fact that the elders agreed to return temporal power to the Saintess. And as of now, it is a fact that you poisoned the Great Elder. I would ask all of you present to pass judgment. Am I the one who slanders, or is this Arktos the one who deceives? That was good. Pat myself on the back for that good delivery. Wow, Scout, you're so good. Okay, anyway. But Sir Arktos isn't that kind of person. Sir Encidos was injured during the Holy Hunt and the Browntail was responsible. Now Arktos poisoned the Great Elder. What is there to doubt? I can't believe I had such a wrong impression of Arctos. I never thought he was faking all of his piety all these years. I refuse to believe it. Wait, Cyrus. Right away. Get your hands off me, you bastard! Cyrus! Matriarch! Wait! Wait! Y'all are idiots! Gah. Who's there? Ice arts from such a long range. Could it be? Da-na-na-na-na! Da-na-na-na-na! Who is it? Oh, who is it? Look over there! Warriors, it is time to rescue your clan leader. Dun 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 dun. That's Gnosis! Why is he here? And why are the Browntails with him? I haven't heard from him since he was blacklisted from Carlin Trade. From the looks of things, he's defeated the Brown clan? It is I. Gnosis. And Sudos, you've gone to such great lengths to paint yourself some pious victim, making your high and mighty proclamations atop that stage of yours. Have you no sense of shame? I was wondering where you were hiding, Gnosis. Turns out you fell in with Ratatos. Hiding? No, I've been biding my time for this moment. Ratatos, what are you hesitant for? Gnosis, you! Take a good look at the people around you and the distress they harbor for you in their eyes. Serentidos, strike them down! This is a fall on this mountaintop about to explode. He looks like such a soft boy. He looks like such a soft boy though. And that cuts you down too. Ugh. Yucatan! Cyrus! Yucatan! Now is your last chance. And Sudos said that he trusted you. But did he ever actually trust you? You should have seen through this long ago. He's just forcing you to make a decision. But, do you really think you can protect your Browntail clan simply by turning over the assassin that he wants? Look around you. See how the people are looking at you. Do you have any idea what will become of your clan should Ensuros take over Yerag? Matriarch! Ratatos. Don't tell me that you intend to protect neither your clan nor your lands, and instead you simply relinquish your public image and privileges? If you still choose to do nothing, even at this point, then allow me to help you. Gnosis turns to look at Ensidos. Ice blue arts condense in the palm of his hands. Ensiodes. I don't know why I always pronounce his name wrong. Thinking the same thing. Yeah, okay. Kent out here trying to spoil the moment, but I understand now. Everybody get in line to get called connecting. Raise your hand if you're in line to get sat on and called pathetic. Yo, look at Prominix over here. She's like, damn, wish that was me too. God, how pathetic. How pathetic. Pathetic. Even if you strike me down here today, it won't do you any good. You may be able to stop one person, or even 100, but you can stop 1,000, 10,000. Look behind me. The frames have been brought. Do you believe me or Ensiodes? I don't trust either of you. Then you should at least know very clearly now who the real enemy is. Browntail clan warriors, prepare for battle. First, we rescue Cyrus, then bring Ensiodes to me. Yes, Matriarch. 5, 10, Perros warriors, in formation. Take down the traitor. Expose to the masses that Ensiodes is a real traitor. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Degen Breacher. Get Gnosis. You don't need me? You don't need me? I don't. Alright. Matterhorn. Sir, take care of the Great Elder and the Saintess. But sir, the Great Elder has died on the spot. Right away. Vice. Sir, bring me Arctos and Raditos. Try to avoid taking any lives. Now isn't the time for that. Out of all those people that we just talked to, Courier's the one that we're telling not to kill anybody. He's the last person on the list. Be like, hey, Courier, by the way, don't kill anyone, because I know that you're a true animal when you really get released, you know? All that damage that you do. Understood. Oh my gosh, Shigata. It shall be done. Oh my gosh, is that a little scarf pocket? That's so cute. I want a little scarf pocket. Oh, yeah, Yara is here too. Hello. So what was all of that? I knew it! NCOs is a baddie! Didn't we know that all along? Yes! Including Gnosis showing up. Yeah. I was gonna say he split from Gnosis and that was all part of the plan. Huh? Do you mean that? Your orders, Doctor. I'm not sure I understand. Sharp. I thought you were here just to protect me, but you're kind of doing some crazy things. My duty is to uphold Rhodes Island's interest and protect you. And from a practical standpoint, the things going on here have nothing to do with you, Doctor. Even if NCO's wins, no harm would come to you, as you are his guest. From another perspective, he was the one who formed business ties with Rhodes Island, not the other two clans, let alone Yerag as a whole. If anything, interfering with NCO's plan, what I'm going to do is prevent war and save lives. Every event needs to end with Calcit, I swear to God. I'm gonna rage if it doesn't. Genuinely devoting yourself to that cause, you're going to end up overcome with guilt when you fail. Hey, I want you to have more hope and confidence in me. Do I look like I'm gonna fail? No. I break with a lot of Rhodes Island when I often find myself thinking that saving and protecting lives is kind of pointless. I believe in the victories you bring, and that discernible value that comes with those victories. Yerag's population is in the millions, and people you are talking about aren't just a few. Not dozens or hundreds, but tens of thousands. Maybe even hundreds of thousands. This is the victory you promised today? Bro, trust me on this one. Alright, I see it done. Nate! Ha! 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 Gah! Ugh. Launching a sneak attack during the chaos? Don't let them get away! Cyrus! Yucatan! Hurry! Not today! Stop! But I won't kill you because I was instructed to be gentle. Out of the way! Stand down, Yucatan of Browntail Clan. If you come peacefully, my master will treat you mercifully. He has no interest in taking your lives. As long as Russ can get away. Batacha! Gah! Russ, hurry! Sorry. We just broke up a marriage? How do we feel about that? I'm sorry. We killed your husband, who I thought was a female squirrel this entire time. Hurry! Cyrus! Yucatan is still back there, and Monch too. You're still talking about the assassin? You idiot! Baka! She didn't do anything! But Yucatan, what about Yucatan? He's my husband! Look at what's going around you. Yucatan sacrificed everything to save you. And you plan on jumping back into the fire? So you're just gonna abandon him? If I was giving up on him, I wouldn't be fighting back. Now stop being a damn fool. Fine, I'll just keep running. Yucatan. My heart goes out to Yucatan. Gah! Where did these freaks come from in their weird armor? Sir, NCO's forces outnumber us too heavily. How do you expect me to live that down? You wouldn't have say in the matter if you die here. Sorry about this. The Shigata already have this place surrounded. You still have the option to surrender before you pass the point of no return. Naki of Rensiros, you only speak lies. We'll fight our way out. I would prefer if you calm down first. You stand into him. Several Shigata, who are supposed to have the perimeter secured, lie in the corridor. Sharp. Out from the shadows strides one of the operators most familiar to Courier during the time he spent at Rhodes Island. He knows exactly what this means. You, who are you? You're the doctors. Why are you saving us? It's not my job to tell you things. The exit is this way. I've already dealt with the guards outside. Aurora, escort them out. Oh yeah, Aurora was her name. Got it. You aren't getting away. Ugh. That was easy. Who's next? Try me. Don't do anything rash. Get information. Get information? Just for a single person? Get in formation! Why does it sound like get information? Like, get information! Okay, the more I say it, the more it just, they sound exactly the same. Understood. Very good. Captain Sharp, I'm so sorry. There's no need to apologize to me, Courier. Nothing personal. It's just business. Yeah, the doctor's gone a little off the rails because the doctor has no idea what's going on and is just giving out orders. This is fine. 15 minutes later. Captain, you're injured? There was a lot of them, and Courier's blade is still pretty quick. Captain, Courier, I spared him. Don't worry. So what's next? We're all done with work over here. Please, let's go home and sleep. On to the next job. Many hours ago. Send the Great Elder back to Weinberg Court. Sir Encios would arrange a special doctor. Probably the priestess, because apparently she can do everything. And Great Saintess, Sir Encios had invited you to the Weinberg Court and hold the coronation ceremony again after things have settled down. I know. Oh, I know. That's my brother. Enya does not resist. She knows that right now she does not have the leeway to resist. From a certain point onward, she has known that this was all staged farce. And the one who set this farce into motion was her very own brother. He ruthlessly shattered all mental preparation she had made for this moment, as well as her vision for the future. Notice of her gaze, she deliberately looks away. She sees the combatants clad in modern cutting-edge equipment tearing through the formation of Silver Ash's warriors, escorting Arknights and Ratatos away. She sees the eyes of the people focused on That's me? Is it me? And I'm just standing there like, Your eyes meet across the room, and within them you see sorrow, reluctance, and fury. All fleeting emotions. She finally averts her eyes and takes a step forward. Master, Rhodes Islanders suddenly rushed in to help Arknights and Ratatos escape. Dr. Scout. Dr. Scout who? It wasn't me. Don't look at me. You always keep me on my toes. Fight her because we're fighting him. All this happened in them intervening, but underestimated their strength. Oh, I did consider. This time, it is I whose plans have been forcefully disrupted. Should I go after them? There's no need. I still have a backup plan. Moreover, whether or not those who die here has no bearing on what I'm going to do next. Dr. Scout must have realized as much to make a decision like this. What do you think comes next? Assuming this doctor isn't an impulsive fool, then those two still have a role to play, into an obstacle for you? I do not take the doctor for such a flamboyant daredevil. You really seem to understand this doctor. It's just my intuition as a chess master. However, an outsider has rescued the heads of the Pale Roach and Browntail clans. Even I cannot fathom what one can achieve in this situation, so I am most curious as to see what comes next. Of course, if what you said is true, then I eagerly await our next match. Let's just call it a day and shove those thoughts back in your head. You're the victor of today's mess. Everyone is waiting to hear from the victor. I know. The scene left behind the turmoil has not been cleaned up, and the people are heatedly discussing what just took place. But as Ensiodes slowly makes his way to center stage, everyone stops what they're doing and all turn to look at him. The crowd is waiting for him to pen the denouncement to this farce. Events unfold on a holy day. Even though I am the mastermind of all of this bullshittery. But this has given us an opportunity to see who the true traitors of this land of Yarag. They are none other than the Arknights and Raditos. They are dissatisfied by the changes brought about my personal and proposal to relinquish our powers, and tried to assassinate me and poison the Great Elder to seize control of all of Yarag. Without a doubt, there can be no greater blasphemy to Yaringder. Though they managed to escape justice just now, I swear this matter shall not end here. Arknights and Raditos will be given a fair trial, without fail. Trial! 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 Though in my heart, I truly wanted to see these individuals captured and brought to justice. I had no intention of starting a conflict. Yarag is the land of Yaringder, the land of all who dwell in the icy mountains. It does not belong to me. As such, let it be known to all people of the Pale Roach and Browntail clans, there shall be no civil war. That is something we are all worried about. Consequently, my Silver Ash warriors will only be deployed to protect the Vinebear Court. We will await the Great Elder's recovery, and then discuss Yarag's future together with the Saintess. But I hope that the people of the Pale Roach and Browntail clans can at least clearly see who the true enemies of Yarag are. I believe that we will surely find a better path forward when all of our interests are aligned. When that time comes, we will be able to usher in a better Rash. People start to chant Ensiode's name with no concern for the fact that this celebration was meant to culminate in the Saintess' return to power. From the mountain summit in the direction of the Vinebear Court comes the melodious ringing of a bell. Ding, ding, ding. Yes. The bell is dinging, and it won't stop dinging. The bell was supposed to celebrate the coronation of the Saintess, but now it seems to herald a coming revolution. Whoa. It's Yara. I also have no idea what type she is. How are these organized? Oh, it is Yara. Okay. What is she? A caster.
Doctor.
Doctor?
Was it me you wanted? Or did you want me to find Enya for something?
Doctor? Feels bad. Alright, that was story 3. We'll do one more and then we'll take a break. Ooh. Very confused right now. Doctor? Right. He's guarding the Vinebear Court. Doctor? Every time now I have to say doctor to get the line. Now who's truly seized the court? You're right about that. Even I understand the way that NCOs does things now. Him handing power back is all a feint. You wanted to flip the whole table over all along. Right. Has anything to do with me, a lowly maid who serves the saintess? Speaking of which, I thought you'd ask me why I'm here with you. Just like you, have many reasons to choose to interfere, right? Thank you, Doctor. I will stand firm with my choice, and I hope you will too. Oh man, the itchy nose. Sorry. Arktos heading back to his place too. Looks like he's gathering his forces to fight it out with Ensiodes. Doctor, if we let them go back to their lands, won't that inevitably lead to death? Probably. What the doctor is saying is that, with how furious the crowd was, they would most likely have gotten a death sentence right there and then if the two of them were caught. And, even if that wasn't the case, they would still no doubt stand trial. The two of them may be labeled as traitors, but the two family subordinates, especially the Pale-Roaches, won't buy that easily. And regardless of whether they take up arms or start infighting, Yerag will fall into chaos. But whichever it is, Ensiodes will be the righteous one. To him, even if things start out chaotic, there are considerable casualties during the process. The whole mess can still be cleared a thing or two about his methods. Most of the staff there think he's got foresight. And now that he chose to stir the pot out in the open like that, you can tell it's his best option despite all the risk it comes with. I sure hope so. The Silver Ashes and the Browntails were on better terms in the past. Naturally, he's planted more than a few of his own pawns who can help control the chaos. The problem is that still the Pale-Roaches. Their equipment and combat prowess may be behind the times, but their numbers are no joke. Right, and the Silver Ashes still have always been on pretty bad terms with them. Besides, the Pale-Roaches' men are all very loyal. It is hard to say they'll betray the Pale-Roach clan even with everything that has transpired. That is why I can understand why the doctor decided to help the two of them. A family can only come together if the family's head's still alive, and as long as we can influence their leaders in some way, the doctor can still pull off some rough plan. Still though, Doctor, I guess I don't have to say it. Yerag's got some sir. Sorry for the wait, matriarch. Sorry that you have to help me out now, of all times. Don't mention it. How go the preparations? It'll take some time to get back the Browntail territory from the Silver Ash lands. Though I have a car ready, I pulled a few strings. Once you and Madam Cyrus are ready, I'll make sure that the two are taken back into our land. Any news from back home? After word about the ceremony got out, a few towns near our territory's border started flying in the Silver Ash's flag. There's nothing like that toward the center, but... Enough. I have a decent idea of how many men he planted inside our family. With how many of them are, I'm afraid I won't be able to count all of them when they're gathered in one spot. Has Ensiodes been up to anything? The Silver Ashes has set up camp at the foot of Mount Carlin, and they're on the mountainside. Huh. At least he has a man of his word. The populace there has been very receptive to him too. Absolutely shameless. They saw Arktos' betrayal at the ceremony with their own eyes, after all. Out of everyone who does trust Arktos, it's gotta be those who saw his crimes with their own eyes that don't trust him the most. Let's not talk about him. What about you? What are you getting from Ensiodes? I don't follow. Drop it already. You're acting... If I couldn't see that trap of yours, then I had no business leading our clan. Radatos, I heard the cars... What's going on here? Take a guess. How many are still on our side? How many? Right, how many? Cyrus, do you understand what a big mess you've caused? I never thought... That's right, you never think! Oh my gosh! I freaking called it! I feel like I was destined to be somebody's big sister. Too bad I don't have any younger siblings to bully. Darn it. That's exactly the problem. You never thought. You never think. What was I supposed to do? I just wanted to show everyone that I can do something for the Browntails too. And you did. And if I say I'm not, then I probably won't do anything because I'm useless. Fine, I get it. This whole thing needs an end somehow, right? I was the one who started all this, so I'll be the one to end it. And I still don't know how Yucatan and my other subordinate are doing. I can't sit here and wait any longer. Wait, where are you going? I'll find that prick Enciodes, and I'll tell everyone it was a personal grudge between me and him, and none of this has anything to do with the Browntails. He can take my life if he wants, but he has to hand my people again. You've done so well. Is it because you're going to lead the family? Is that why he keeps yelling at you? In that case, I'll be the clan leader. I'll go to Grandpa and ask him to stop yelling at you all the time. I'll lead the family so he can yell at me all he wants. It's okay. You don't need to worry about me, sis. I've got Yucatan there for me. We promise each other we'll always play with each other. He'll help me. He's really good at studying too. Also, you never cry when you get yelled at, sis. Even though you never cry, I don't know why, it makes my heart ache. What's with you, you stinking bitch? You can laugh at me even at a time like this? Don't go looking for NCOs. You should stay out of this. Things aren't as simple as you think. Cyrus, you do remember last time we had a chat together. I don't remember the two of us having a nice chat ever. I guess not. Right. I need to think about this from here on out. You should go back to whatever it is you do. Oh, and be careful on your way home. Don't get caught. What do you mean? You aren't heading back to our land? Arktos most likely hasn't gotten back to his estate yet. Once he's settled down, he'll probably go out and pick a fight with Enciodes. They've got to do something before that happens. Don't do anything stupid. Don't forget. Enciodes got Yucatan and Manch. And you, if anything happens to you, I'm gonna be running the show back home. Don't forget that. Feisty little squirrels. Don't. Look, it's Sir Arktos' team. I heard he poisoned the Great Elder during the ceremony. Shut up, all of you. Think about it. Why are he possibly doing something as underhanded as poisoning someone? Well, no, but you're a parroach and you don't trust him? Enough, Gulo. Taking it out on those common folk. Have you no shame? But sir, it doesn't matter. If we are framed by Encios, what's done is done. Saying anything isn't going to help our case. But do we really have to swap ceremony? As soon as we get back to the estate and we have our forces gathered, we'll head back to finish the fight with him. We'll show Encios just what big mistake he made. Very well. I should expect no less from you, sir. Uh-oh. I won't give you this chance. Bryce, those men behind you. Are you betraying the Parroaches? Bryce, the House of Parroach have treated you well. Why are you doing this? You treated me well? You still don't remember? Even now, do you? Remember what? I, Arktos, am an honorable man. When have I ever... the Holy Hunt to protect us? The Great Elder figured he was probably attacked by the Shigata when he was all alone. He's too weak now. Come, I'll give him the medicine. Why isn't my father awake yet? And what is this green stuff on his lips? The evil has spread too deep. Yeringer no longer allows his presence here. He argued with the Weinberg court several times before. He must have been under Shigata influence, and it culminated in the Shigata coming to take him back today. If the elixir could not regain his strength and his faith, then he must be her will. The elder brought with him when he visited my father? How is it? Was nowhere to be found? I'm sorry, my master. I had my doubts, and I didn't fully believe it either, until the moment the Great Elder collapsed during the ceremony. I sent my own officer with my own hands. I don't blame you. It wasn't your fault, but people. But perhaps it's high time that Yarek saw change for the better. I hope you won't stand in my way. Please think of it as a way to avoid having even more Yarag soldiers end the way he did. Wow. When I said everyone was sus, I meant everyone was sus. But I didn't mean this sus. These people are off the wall. Like, literally every single person is backstabbing every other person and has in the past. This is insanity. Keep Arktos from running into any trouble on his way, huh? Looks like the doctor got it right again. But I really should have brought Blaze with me. Out of all the elite operators who take the enemy head on, she's the only one who can get the mobility to traverse the mountainous terrain here. With that big-ass chainsaw? Wait, Gnosis isn't an outsider? Huh, the more you know. Do you have to go? Yeah, my parents have already decided there's no room for us in Yareg anymore. I still don't believe it. Was your parents who did it? And it's definitely got nothing to do with you? I believe it though. What do you mean? I don't know if my parents really did it. I also don't know if it was an accomplice somehow. Even if you were, I'd forgive you. No one looks up to my father more than you. I know that. And Siros, remember our dream? Of course I remember. The two of us will turn Yareg into the most powerful country in the world. But you're leaving. I'll be back. Really? Yeah, my parents are thinking about moving to Victoria. And I go to school there. This might be a good opportunity to study all the advanced stuff there. And once I'm done, I'll come back to... I'm going to leave Yareg once both Enya and Encia have grown up. Like you, I'll study lots of things and come back. You're the future clan leader. Can you really just leave Yareg that long? Smash, just because you're keeping quiet. Let me tell you, every last person in the Silver Ash clan wants to skin you alive right now. How dare you do what you did to Sir Encios and the Saintus? If it wasn't for his orders to keep you locked up here, I wouldn't even give you a sip of water, let alone food. Not going to eat, drink, or even make a peep, huh? Alright then. You can rot here and die for all I care. Gnosis, you've changed your status as a weapon, and I never thought much of social pleasantries. It was something I had to learn to deal with the nobles. And I couldn't care less about how the other people see me, if I can better focus on my research. What kind of research are you working on? Life science as well as oniginium analysis. Sounds complicated. What about you? Surely you must already have a certain standing amongst the nobles here. Do you remember what we said to each other when you left Yarag? I'm very glad that I left Yarag, Gnosis. It wasn't until I came out to the outside world that I realized we no longer live in times where isolation is enough to keep ourselves out of affairs around us. In the past, hundreds of years, there had been countless exchanges and conflicts between nations. Columbia quickly rose in the conflict while Gaul, a powerful country, was also wiped out in the conflict. All the world's nations are slowly changing in the time separated by catastrophes. Refusing relations with others is no longer an option. I feel like we read this, but we didn't see who was talking. If Yarag remains as it is, keeping its borders closed under the assumption that will earn us a life of peace and tranquility, then only deconstruction awaits us. We've reached the end of this peace and tranquility. We can't wait for anyone to throw open the gates for us. Yarag must make contact with the outside world. We must take the step forward while we still have control. Come help me, Gnosis. This sucks balls. What do you know? How's beheading him going to calm Sir Ensido's anger? He treated Gnosis so well, only to be betrayed. If I were him, I'd torture this guy some. You have some point there. But aren't we about to go to war with the other two clans? I want to be on the front lines. Look at you, all bloodthirsty. Master, how is Gnosis doing? He's fasted for a full day, sir. He hasn't said a word since we put him in there. Didn't even respond when we shouted at him. Let me talk to him. Of course. Hey, what do you think Sir Enciros is going to talk about? How did I know? Didn't Gnosis used to be a trusted confidant? I'm betting Sir Enciros is going to poison him. Give him an honorable death. You'd been reading too many novels. That said, we did just watch somebody get poisoned today. It seems Radatos is seeking the Great Elder's help. Both you and I knew this would happen sooner or later. They can't possibly believe everything you have done is in the name of Yerag. Most of the company's employees know that it's Carlin Trade they're working for, not Yerag. A war is not something you start when you have a choice. I hope you can understand my hand was forced. Perhaps you're worrying too much. Bringing down the other two families and rebuild, it is much easier said. It's much easier the honorable solution you're pursuing. Yerag would never truly accept me if I seized power by force. In that case, let me do it. I have far less worries than you do. But you do what? You could drop the act, Enciros. This idea has crossed your mind, we both know that. Let me, the son of a sinner, the villain of Carlin Trade, be a traitor again. There is no more suitable for the job. I'm not your pawn, Enciros, and I'm definitely not your underling. I'm your partner in crime. Even if you don't agree to it, I'll still do this. Actually, it'd be for the better if you don't, or charade will be that much more realistic. Yerag has no room for me. Truth be told, I couldn't care less whether it had any room for me. It'll just be another item on my list of charges. I don't care. What's on your mind? I'm thinking that you actually haven't changed that much over the last 20 years. The results would be if Arktos and Radatos had not been in our way. The Great Elder would also have been accepted the change that Yerag is about to go through, and everything would naturally have unfolded the way we wanted. That isn't the perfect result, you know that. At most, it's a perfect dream. They can't see what you and I see. In that case, we should never have expected them to share the same ideas as us. But you and I think drastically differently as well. I told you, Enciros. Under the dim light, Enciros reached his hand out to Gnosis. I'm just glad that you are my dearest friend. No, it would just be another item on my list of charges. I'm more than used to that. Nothing has changed from all those years ago. Arktos is amassing his forces. What about Radatos? Take a look at this. It's clear to me that the silver ashes. I would like to meet with you on this matter if you would be so kind as to set aside our differences. In addition, I would like to talk to you about the truth behind your parents' passing. Yours, Radatos. An obvious trap. It's worth going, nonetheless. The situation is not so optimistic that you can take meaningless risks. We've won, Gnosis. We've achieved our original goal. Now the Pale Roaches and the Brown Tails are traitors. Around the gravity of Arktos' crime, much of the Pale Roach's doors will be open to us. We have ample time to sort out what comes next. Arktos and Radatos will not give up so easily. That is exactly why I'll meet her. If Radatos has come to me with Victoria to study all those years ago, she would not be so much weaker than I am. And now she has to put to happen today, or during this hour. Scout certainly surprised me. That is the greatest variable in this game of ours. CERN, the one who knows almost nothing about Yerag, has stepped up into the stage's most vital roles with such a short period of time, greatly disrupting our plans. I can honestly say that if I were in that position, I would not have been able to do it. And I also could not begin to imagine what the doctor is planning to do next. Perhaps the doctor won't do a thing. Or perhaps— You cannot fool me. You cannot fool the bodyguard you hired from Catsmears either. Likewise, this isn't my first time to offer you this rebuttal. Taking delight in a gamble and not wanting to lose are mutually exclusive. Much of the joy one derives from a gamble does not come from the result. Rather, it comes from the whole march towards victory. Fine, say no more. This is always the hardest part for us to reach a consensus. I only wish that I still have the chance to save you before your arrogance ends up killing you. We will have many opportunities to debate this later. In any case, I will leave you in charge while I meet with Radatos. Is there anyone left in Carlin Trade who would listen to me? Vice? Matterhorn? Let's save the pleasantries. And here I thought I could finally get some quiet time. My research had been halted for far too long already. At least I could read some books if you kept me locked in here. You're my partner in crime, and this undertaking is ours. You will have more than enough time to do your research in the future. That's only if you make it back here alive. It's our time to go, NCOs. I'm leaving everything in your hands, Gnosis. I'm curious. Back at the ceremony, were you going at it for real? Fine. You have to worry, lest life get a bit too boring. Castor is only a side job to me. Your acting could be much better too, if you were a little stronger. That said, I've never seen you even a little excited. Convincing performance. Not that you're acting. Gnosis, what should we... What is Monch? Monch is being held in another room. Sir Gnosis. Monch takes out the dagger from her boot. It is the most prized weapon. It is a gift that Gnosis made for her between his experiments. Thank goodness. I'm fine. You've done a great job. I promised you. Whatever your orders, your wish is my command. Judging by your look, I assumed you figured it all out. Right? And Tudos and I had all of this planned in advance. I see. So that's really how it is. The Silver Ashes Weiss was waiting below the cliff to rescue me, and I've been wondering ever since. If this was all a charade planned in advance, what role do I play in it? And now that I find you here, I'm finally sure... My apologies. You needn't ever apologize to me. Monch, you stand firm in your beliefs. I understand, but I will judge for myself what I say. And Sudos and I had a rift, leading me to leave Carlin Trade and make contract with Radatos. That was our plan all along. And the fewer people who knew of this plan, the better. That's why I never told you. Both of us knew the risks. I had to make sure even the finest details were under our control. Everything had to be absolutely... Why? What? It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what it is you want to do or what plans you have. I will always such an important task under those circumstances. I trust you, my finest subordinate, to perfectly execute my plans. Don't overthink it. You've done very well, and everything is over now. Just try to relax a little. You should take some time to rest. Who trusts me and where are they? Sir Gnosis, can I still trust you? Da-na-na. Da-na-na. My dearest sister, you're jealous of everything I have. I often wish that we had the same opportunity to trade places, even though I know we can't. To hand the Browntail clan over to you would mean our family's deconstruction. Likewise, if I could live your life alone to you too? Radatos. Yeah, okay, that was Radatos speaking. I should have expected no less, Encidos, coming to meet with just a single bodyguard. I'm not here to fight, and my guess is you aren't here for that either. Huh, I'd love to, though. Too bad the Browntails don't have an enormous army like the Pale Roaches. And you coming inside? Are you coming inside, DJ Brecher? Would you like me to? You can if you want. DJ Brecher, wait outside. Are you sure about that? I don't mind at all. A show of good faith. Encidos, you hide your truth thoughts well. Good faith? You're just thinking that there's nothing I can do to you. Or you could say I'm waiting for you to do something meaningful.
You won't be disappointed then. Come in.
If I remember correctly, this patch of land used to belong to the Edelweiss family.
Right. Nice house, isn't it?
It is in good location, with a wonderful view. It is a splendid home indeed.
Generation after generation, the Edelweiss family has been in charge of Yarag's texts and scriptures, and they always enjoyed a decent relationship with the three clans. It was my grandfather who ordered this house built as a villa.
I heard Luca had an interest in architecture, and judging from this building's design, I dare say that even Victoria's celebrity architects would have plenty of praise for it.
I doubt he'd be so happy to hear your approval. If you like it so much, though, I could show you its original blueprints.
I will think about it. Radatos, now that we're sitting here to share a conversation, do you know what that reminded me? I'm reminded of.
What?
The time 7 years ago.
7 years ago? Oh. You just come back from Victoria. You bought lots of rag with beautiful times. Radatos takes a sip of her
Cysty milk. What on earth is cysty milk? And it sounds really nasty.
Her words carrying a bit of nostalgia. Those were indeed wonderful times. The Silver Ashes and the Browntails worked together side by side while Carlin Trade, representing Yarag, traded with the outside world. Capital technology and skilled workers flowed into Yarag, and everything seemed to be going in the right direction.
Yet you choose to put an end to these wonderful times yourself. Radatos, I used to believe that you were an excellent partner.
If no one else did, how is that in any way wonderful? Still, it's too late for me to say all this. The match has been decided, and I lost. The loser has no right to talk so loftily.
No loser would call herself a loser, Radatos. Tell me, what do you think about my parents' death?
Ensidos, do you think your parents were murdered by my grandfather in Arktos?
The investigation at the time concluded that my parents were killed in a train accident caused by Gnosis parents. I never believed it, though. At the time, just like the Tri-Clan Council of today, both Luca and Arktos' father opposed my parents' industrialization plans. I find it very hard to believe that these were not connected and—
Hold on, I'm not done yet. My grandfather had actually been planning to have your parents killed. This house was prepared so that your parents could be burned alive inside during their visit. Alas, they died on their way here, and so this place, meant to be their tomb, was spared. Right. Arktos' father acquiesced to my grandfather's plan too. As you know, a few years later, your parents passing, Arktos' old man passed his clan's title over to him and went off somewhere. Nobody knows if he's still alive.
I assume you didn't invite me here just to boast, Radatos.
I never imagined this would happen, you see. I didn't want anything to do with my grandfather's dealings. So, now I'm going to burn you in this house. Isn't that great? What a story. Yay. Yet, in the end, the house he was going to murder your parents now is where you and I will die together.
I called half of that. That is indeed ironic.
I don't know why Silver Ash sounds like a Sunda right now. 2 bargaining chips for your life. I'd say it's a fair deal.
Radatos pulls the handle on her right hand. A chorus of mechanical sounds can be heard from beyond the ceiling and the walls, almost like sharp laughter.
Isn't she in there with Ensiodes? Don't tell me she wants to die with Ensiodes?
Star-crossed lovers, my man. Star-crossed lovers.
Radatos! Hey, what are you doing? Come out, Radatos! You're the one who's on mission to move. Stop, all of you.
What is this? Here for a little chat?
Why would I want to chat with you? Let's cut the crap. Do you have any way through this door?
This is so incredibly dramatic. What on earth is going on? This is insane. This is absolute insanity. It's so loud outside. After I was distracted.
If I could run, wouldn't that mean that you could get away too?
There's no waste
There's no way out of this room. Once it's activated, everyone inside is as good as dead. It wouldn't be easy for anyone outside to break it. What is it that drove you to go this far to stop me? Everyone always said that, just like old Luca. Ratatos cares for nothing but profit. Sure, I am his granddaughter, Carlin Trade, through the Great Elder. That way, I could take all the lucre for myself. That's what everyone thinks. It's been my reputation this past couple years. And you think the same way. I won't argue that. My grandfather always wanted to make the Browntails go against the greatest clan in Yarag. That's what separates the two of us. Right before he died, he summoned me to his deathbed and loudly mocked Arktos' old man for being a coward. Then he told me to swallow both your family and Pale Roach's whole. The way I see it, Arktos' dad was more than a decent human being. Bigger portion of the ceremony's bill. We stand on the same lands, we speak the same language, eat the same food, and believe in the same goddess. Yet we grew further and further apart because we belong to different clans. And the truth is, that's how we differentiate ourselves. Yaranger's still in the people's hearts, but Yarag name is slowly being forgotten. When you came back to Yarag and told me about your plans to open the borders, I was really happy. I was happy because you told me that not only will the Silver Ashes trade with the other countries, you wanted the other clans to join. I thought that could bring all three families together. Ensido shifted his posture. Anyone who knows him knows this is because he's listening attentively. Carlin Trade trades with the outside world as a Silver Ashes family business. It's naturally a different beast from operating it as Yarag's window for the outside world. And I've actually considered uniting the three clans myself. You have? Oh, that was him. The money flowing, you signed all kinds of equal trade agreements with those big corporations. And you should know, I knew you were building factories to shore up the military. I never knew you were going to be able to hide that from me. And you think I called it quits because I had my eyes on your money? I was scared. I couldn't see anything that suggested you were going to unite the three clans. All I could see was you trying to run Yarag into something of your own. That or somebody else's. If the choice is between you and the Great Elder, I'd choose the Great Elder every time. I have to admit that I misjudged you, Ratatos. You're opening up to me. I might as well tell you a little about this. Yarag may be rich in minerals and other raw resources, but crucially, we lack any technology of our own. This places us at a disadvantage when it comes to technical trade. Some technologies can be bought with money, while others cannot. Do you know what that means? For example, the rights to operate Mount Carlin trade route brought us an entire set of last generation railway signals, as well as the right to first offer for soon-to-be retired railcars. Without these, we'd have to rely on what my parents left us with, the old tracks and a railcar fleet over a decade old. They were practically useless for both industrial or civilian transport. As another example, we traded the collaborative mining rights to the eastern mines for Rim Billiton's ore smelting technology and equipment. Do you know how much more efficient our processes became thanks to this technology? I don't care what you managed to trade, Encios. I care what you gave them. We are out of time, Ratatos. Be it Victoria, Minos, Columbia, or Katzmirtz. The only reason they haven't yet laid their fingers on Yarag is that they don't have to. In earlier times, before nomadic cities were invented, when men were sent scrambling across the world by catastrophes, the different cultures that had been broken up all across the lands knew little about one another. Modern nations have yet to be established, and there are no communications or contact between them. Then, the age of innovation came about 200 years ago. It was still a time when everyone focused only on their own development, rarely made contact with one another. However, fast forward to a few decades ago, the nations in the world gradually began making contact and clashing. With Gaul's support, Columbia declared its independence from Victoria. However, barely a decade after that, the Battle of the Four Emperors led to Gaul's destruction. Columbia and Lethean's war over Bolivar continues to this day. Not only that, but the conflicts between nations sped up their communications with one another. Countries began to enter the trade agreements, establishing trade companies in each other's territories. None of them could keep themselves isolated anymore, and they all began to find ways to get along with the other nations. Oh my gosh, this bug. And when all of this was happening, Yarag was completely oblivious. And now that the danger is at our doorstep, we're still oblivious.
Victoria is busy with its own mess. Columbia's pioneering efforts are nearing its western mountain ranges. For a long time, Yarag has been nothing but barren, impoverished territory not worthy of occupation. But if Victoria solves its internal problems, if Columbia has any ideas about Victoria or even Catsmeris wants to head south, when the time comes, do you think Yarag will still be able to enjoy peace?
Hey, I'm talking to you. Are you even listening? Look, I'm begging you. Do you have any way to bust this stinking door? Open the stinking door? How clamorous. What was that?
Pipe down and don't come too close. You ruined my uniform.
Is now the time to worry about that?
Legion Brecher shoves Cyrus, who is tugging her hem, to the side and walks toward the small house where Ensidos and Radatos sit. All the windows have been sealed shut with metal plates, and there's a thick wall right in front of her. This is your clans? Are you sure you don't want to stop me?
Why the hell would I? Do it already.
Huh. Legion Brecher grins a little and cuts through the wall with ease. Then she lightly kicks the wall and sending up what appeared to be an indestructible barrier, collapsing onto the ground like a child's toy. The only thing is that serves a testament to its tremendous mass is the loud bang that can be heard when the wall crashes to the floor. However, Legion Breacher doesn't seem satisfied with the result. If I knew this would happen, I would have ignored Ensidos and thrown my old buddy into the storeroom. It's too much of a pain to do that with this sword. The bodyguard tosses her blade aside and pulls her namesake sword breakers from her wrist. The wall crumbles like a sheet of paper through a shredder. Completely unconcerned about what's happening around her, things would not have come to this. But it seems this must have been inevitable. Were it not for the situation we're in, we would never have had this heart-to-heart. Huh, you got that right. Inevitable. Right. Inevitable. And if that's so inevitable, we might as well go meet Yaring there together. Radatos is starting to feel exhausted. Her vision begins to cloud. In a trance, she sees her young self playing with her baby sister and a boy. She sees herself amazed at the wondrous sight of railroads and factories. They are all moments to which she can no longer return. She shakes her head. NCO sitting opposite her has maintained his posture throughout. Be that it may, she is no longer able to clearly make out his face. Sure enough, he'll act so calmly even at a time like this. Even so, he'll die here all the same. Her consciousness is slipping further and further. Just as she is about to slip away completely, she hears a thunderous roar. And with that, a familiar voice. Radatos! Time to go, NCOs. Radatos, you're finally awake. I'm alive? You'll never die with Degen Brecher around. Why save me? I'm here to accept the Browntail's surrender, not to claim the head of their master. I only said that to lure you here. Now that you kept me alive, you should know that I'm not going to let you have the Browntails under your thumb. Sir Ensidos! It's Sir Ensidos! Sir Ensidos! Did you really escape from a burning house? Radatos, she's the one who did this, isn't she? Don't worry about her. Quick, find us a coat. Take mine, Sir Ensidos. Take my coat. A nobleman from among the crowd ardently removes his coat. He then courteously walks up to Ensidos and puts the coat over his shoulders. However, Ensidos takes the coat off and walks over to Radatos, who is sitting on the ground, to put the coat on her instead. Then, without saying another word, he stands up and heads for his car, parked on the side of the road. Not only did he not arrest Radatos, he gave her the coat. He is far too generous. Hey, Radatos there, should we, Sir Ensidos just spared her. I'm not sure that's a good idea. And what do you know? Sir Ensidos is giving us this opportunity. What do you think you're doing? Huh? Serious? Huh? Don't worry. We'll take care of you too. Scram, all of you! Yeah, this bitch is nuts. Yeah. Hey, Radatos. Radatos! Snap out of it. We gotta move. To where? Where can we go? Look around us. They're all Browntail subjects. Can't you tell? Just looking at their eyes? They've lost everything. I've lost everything. Ugh. Looks like I got here too late.
You're the one who saved me in Arctos. So even you come to laugh in my face?
No, the doctor would like to have a chat with you.
I do. I'll pass. Looking where we've ended up, what good would that bring us?
2 hours. Oh, it's only been 2 hours? 2 hours to do half the story. Not bad, not bad. We're gonna take this opportunity to take a break. So, go get water, stretch, pee, do all the fun things. I'll be right back. that would happen. Alright, guys. We back? We back? Is everyone back? I am, like, actually starving. I think I just ate 14 servings of pumpkin seeds. So yeah, feeling pretty good. feeling like a pumpkin seed is what I'm feeling like. Yeah. Catching up on Discord, literally missed 254 messages of bot spam. That's always good. Here's your daily reminder to join the Discord. Click the links below. And like the video. It helps me out. Also, for anyone that's all I'm gonna say about that one. Like I don't want to spoil it too much, but yeah, I will never be doing that again. I don't want to talk about it. Shh. What happens in that video stays in that video. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright guys, we can do this. We can do this. This person's just screaming, sigh. Sigh! What's the matter? The Great Elder is unconscious. The Saintess is yet to be coronated, and he insists the other two clans are traitors. The way I see it. He's definitely up to no good. Oh, we see the other side. Shh. Talking about this is not...
It's difficult to say whether this is what Yarinder wanted, but I'm sure it will pain her heart to see you so dejected.
Great Saintess! We are simply worried.
Is there something to worry about?
The Great Elder's condition, and
with the Vinebeard court for so many years. Have faith. The Great Elder will get better. In the interim, I will take charge of all the court's decisions, big and small. Well, what's stopping you? Or do you elders have a better idea?
You're just the head maid. Enough. Head maid Yar has the right of it. We've always had faith in the Saintess' ability, and she is willing to step forward to calm the masses. There is no better arrangement.
You needn't worry, dear elders. Considering what has happened at the ceremony, Encios indeed has a reason to do as he did. And even if Encios harbored ill intentions, as long as I'm here, the Vinebeard court will be safe. Before the Saintess' presence over the Holy Hunt's ground, although brilliant, was only eye-catching. But now, the Saintess radiates a certain aura that makes her impossible to defy. The elders look at each other before lowering their heads to her. As you wish, Saintess. Leave us, please. Whew. Enya, you were incredible. Really? Really? I thought you'd be disappointed after you came back from the ceremony. Looks like I was worried too much. I'm disappointed, all right. But the last time I was disappointed, I couldn't say anything. Back then, I had no way to fight for myself. This time, even though I'm disappointed, I know I have the power to make a change, no matter how little. So I don't want to be left disappointed this time. I need to do something to stave off my disappointment. Enya, you've grown up. I wish I could stay a child forever. Thinking about these things all day is just too much effort. But you're right. I've grown up.
I want to say baby Enya. She's so cute. Like, little tail before it was so fluff. Before it was junk fluff. Oh man, that must have been fun. No, the lag is on my side. I'm sorry guys, my internet is like apparently trash. Unfortunately, you guys are here for the bad part of the internet. Okay. Faith. Great Elder, you're awake. Not quieting. The ceremony, what became of it? I remember interrogating the Brantel subject, but no more. You were poisoned by Sir Arktos. Then Gnosis... That is not what I wanted to hear. What about the coronation ceremony? The Saintess? The transfer of powers? The ceremony was cancelled, Sir Encidos. Announced that it will resume once the Pale Roaches and Brown Tails are council meeting for the first time. Great Elder, I never imagined that the Tri-Clan Council's meeting would be so boring. The clan leaders only talked about things that concern... Great Elder, did you show me this on purpose? That's right. Why? Because you will one day become the Great Elder. then you will understand just what this so-called faith stands for. You, how long has it been since you came to the Vinebear Court? Huh? 25 years, Great Elder. In those 25 years, how do you think the Vinebear Court and Yerag have changed? Aside from all that Silver Ashes have brought us, I don't think there has been a significant change. These lands have not changed for a millennium. The future ought to see no change either. Help me up. Great Elder, your health. I know my health. Better than anybody else. I don't have much time left. But look the same. Oh, this is Arknights' house. Doctor, this is the second time you saved my rear. I've had a problem with Ensidos ever since men are using them too, I know that. The youths working for me think I don't know what they said about him. Well, I do, but he can't keep things going on like this. He's going to drive Yerag further and further into his fire pit. Yerringder is watching from above. If we go down this path, Yerag will be punished. That's why I've always been the first one to stand up against him. This is what they've got me. The Pedaroaches are no fans of trickery, and they've had Varys by my side, but now, can I trust you? Doctor, Radatos is here.
Armrod's Island? You saved my life. Normally I should be rewarding you somehow, but what if you want, but if what you want is the House of Browntail, then I'm sorry to disappoint you. Well, that's about the most pleasing thing I've heard this past couple of days. Well, whatever. If Arknights is here, I don't even have to guess at what it is you want. I'll be honest with you. Before your guy here found me, I was seriously thinking about surrendering to Ensiodes. Are you sure I can help you? The Pedaroaches will never surrender. So, what do you people want? You don't have to spell it out to me like that. Doctor, you're a smart one. What else can we do? You're right. That only Saintis can set things right. Okay. And Ensio's taking control of the Vinebear Court, so the Saintis can't say anything. Now, here's the problem. He definitely sees you coming. Actually, he probably has all those men guarding the place so that you can walk right into the trap. We'll need preparation.
That help the Saintis? There's a reason that Encios isn't mounting an attack on the other enemies. First, he doesn't think it's necessary. Second, he's worried that the doctor will help the Pedaroaches.
The doctor? If the doctor's actually helping Arknights, things are probably going to get out of hand.
This doctor isn't taking charge of Arknights' army to fight us, though. From what you have told me, this doctor wants to stop Arknights from being the reckless man he is and launching an all-out war. Considering that, it's not likely there will be any direct confrontation that leads to bloodshed. I don't exactly believe that this is a possibility, however. The way I see it, it's not out of question that this doctor is trying to take control of the Pedaroaches and Browntail, seeking to become Yerag's new overlord. The doctor's not that kind of person.
Right, the doctor certainly could do it, though.
I must say, I'm a little flabbergasted by the appraisal you and Ensiros have for this person. I can only hope you are right in that judgment. In any case, however, things end up, it is very likely the enemy for Mount Carlin, which is currently under our control, of course. They'll need the Saintis to turn in the tide of the public opinion. And if they succeed in getting the Saintis right out of Mount Carlin, then all that Ensiodos has done will be for naught. Naturally, since the doctor knows that. That's why we will see this doctor here. It's ironic, in their eyes, we Silver Ashes are taking our own family heiress hostage. They aren't wrong. Enya Silver Ashes indeed are hostage right now. If you would rather use a different turn of phrase, the Saintis has become our most important bargaining chip. That doesn't change everything, however.
Gnosis, could you please stop provoking Matterhorn?
I'm helping you two face reality. Or, are you trying to tell me that you two didn't know that Ensios had his eye on more than just the transfer of powers? It was never his plan to let fate govern the state. That's not to say anything negative about Enya Silverash. I'm not interested in her at all. Naturally, I don't have an opinion about her. But she became the Saintess and now she's done very well. In that case, she will no doubt be an obstacle to Ensiros, that is all. And now things have come to this, we cannot permit anyone else on the stage to do any better than the head of the Silverash clan. I know that. Of course, I know that. This isn't a game. There are no do-overs. Let's not give ourselves any unnecessary trouble. Monch, you are in charge of surveillance.
On it.
Good! This plan is perfect!
You sure about that? On the surface, we're sending our forces to raise the place to the ground, making it look like we're here to save Yucatan and attract their attention that way to confuse them about our real plans. You want the main force to attack them from the front. That's to let Arktos forces get near Mount Carlin. You guys will also be in the mountains to help them along. Doesn't sound like the safest plan there is, but seems feasible. What about Djembrecher? Even if you can deal with NCO's Shigata performers, if you don't have any way to take care of that actual monster, you'll never be able to get to him.
Is this part of my job too?
You make it sound so simple, but are you sure about this?
I wouldn't say sure, but I can probably keep her busy for some 10 minutes.
You're a monster yourself, huh? So, Doctor of Rhodes Island, I'll go in your place. Cyrus, this isn't a game. Why don't you take a look in the mirror before you say that crap, Ratatos? You're exhausted. You look pale as a ghost. Hell, you look completely out of it. How am I supposed to relax when I have someone like you there to save my husband? I don't know what you and NCOs talk about in that room, but I'm not going to watch you hand over the Browntails family to him. Why are you staring at me like that? You want to fight? You might just be right. Fine, Doctor of Rhodes Island, Cyrus will help you with your plan in my place. Though, to tell you the truth, I'm not holding out hope that we can get anything back from NCOs. All I can say is, good luck.
Thanks, little squirrel. Da-da-da. What stage is this? Huh. Oh, this stage, okay. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da.
Oh yeah, let's go, Clifford is back.
This is currently making his way to Carlin. We'll be back in 2 days' time.
Look, I just want to catch a breath of fresh air, okay?
If you stay around the estate, I'll send someone to follow you. And Sia, this is for your own good. The situation in Yareg is precarious right now.
Do you really need to do all this, NCOs? Doctor, what should I do? Aurora? Shh, keep it down. It was really hard for me to sneak in here with all the guards. Weren't you and Sharp going to stay with the doctor? Yes, I'm here because the doctor wanted me to tell you something. This is the best story? It is. It is definitely has many layers. This story has the most layers I've ever seen. It puts an onion to shame.
You're absolutely sure?
Yes, Arktos has assembled a large number of soldiers in his territory, but he's not the one leading them. The doctor is.
Where's Arktos?
I'm not sure.
How about their numbers? The possibility of there being another team.
The Pale Roach's clan's warriors are skilled at operating in the mountains. It's not beyond the realm of possibility. They can't leave this squad alone, though, regardless of whether it's a decoy.
Oh, they can't leave the squad alone, though, regardless whether it's a decoy or the main.
Permanix, and they did her the disservice of making her a 5-star. Ree! The doctor wants me to climb up the mountain and sister, the Saintess, Enya Silverash. But the doctor wanted to stick it to Rhodes Island policy of non-intervention and stand by. But since restoring the Saintess to power was just applied by Mr. Encios, the doctor believes he doesn't care much for Yarog's faith. And for once, the Silverash clan's forces beat down the Pale Roach's clans. The only thing stopping him from taking all of Yarog is the Vinebear Court. In other words, the object of faith for all the people of Yarog, the Saintess. The doctor doesn't actually need you to convince the Saintess to do anything. The basic idea is there might be a way to heal the relationship between your brother and sister. There might also be a guilt in there for not being able to help since coming to Yarog. I never blame the doctor for that. I just want to apologize, both to the doctor and everyone else who came with me. This was supposed to be a nice vacation, but my brother went and screwed everything up. It's not your fault either, Cliffheart.
Anyway, the doctor's been dragged into NCO's business and can't stand on the sidelines anymore. And anyway, you're NCO's sister. Nothing can change that. So the doctor decided to make a move. And that's to have you go up the mountain and become a kind of insurance besides the Saintess. The doctor wants me to stop my brother's plans when the time comes, or take the Saintess and run when the time comes. Yes. Encia subconsciously rubs the coil of a rope in her hand. Her sister braided it for her when she was a child. I'll go. This is a covert operation. I'll be there with the other operators to help. No, I have a better idea. Just get me to the base of Mount Carlin. I'll handle the rest myself. Doctor, why are you marching us at such a slow pace? Gulo, don't tell me you still haven't figured out what we're doing. Aren't we drawing the attention of the Silver Ash clan? I think we're going a bit too slow for that. I see you're eager just to rush in and fight the Silver Ashes. Sure am. Last time, Valis handed me my ass, so I've got a chip on my shoulder. Doctor, we've confirmed the location of Yakatan, who has been taken away during the ceremony. As you suspected, she was not taken to the Silver Ashes clan territory, but locked up at the base of the mountain. See, okay, this is why I thought Yucatan was female. It's a lie. I was debated into thinking there was representation in this game. It was a lie. Just kidding. There is, but... Lied! I was lied too! Doctor! You're really something else. You managed to find old Yucatan this quickly. Huh. Such a simple, intelligent gathering is child's play for a brown tail. Anyway, we found Yucatan. It's time for me and this idiot here to get moving, right? What's with the silent treatment? What, were you talking to me? I don't remember my folks ever calling me idiot. General! Gulo! Huh? You happy now? I'm asking you. Do you know what we're supposed to be doing? Of course. Head to the nearest station, cause some chaos, and give you a chance to rescue your man. Ooh la la, your man. Good. But a word of warning to the doctor. Don't actually kill anyone. The station's full of civilians. I swear on my name not to lay a finger on them. But doctor, the Silver Ashes show up. All I can say is, I try to hold back. Cliffheart, did you say you were looking for your mountaineering equipment? Yep. Don't tell me you're going to climb Mount Carlin. From what you told me, there should be a ton of people in Carlin. If we were talking about heading up the face of the mountain, even the squad leader would have some difficulty sneaking in. But that's nothing I can't handle. As long as you can get me to the foot of the mountain, I can handle the rest. But the others, I won't be able to protect you. No biggie, no biggie. I've gotten plenty of training at Rhodes Island, so I'm more than capable of handing myself an ordinary fight. What about the mountain climbing that you're going to be doing? Ancia, where are you going? Uncle Chester, I want to go climbing. Which mountain are we talking here? Mount Carlin. That place is going to turn into a battlefield. You'll get hurt if you go. Why do you want to go there? Uncle Chester, ever since I fell in love with the mountaineering, I've always wanted to summit Mount Carlin with my own 2 hands. I've only wanted it even more since my sister left us and became the Saintess. One day, I would reach the peak and bring my sister home. And now, my chance has finally come. You won't be able to do that, Encia. Even if I can't bring my sister home, I need to be with her at a time like this. She must be very confused after everything our brother's done. If I can't stop him, then I at least want to be there for her. He was like, you can't go outside, but you want to climb this mountain? Fine, go. Oliver, your youngest daughter's gotten pretty big too. Young lady, I'm sorry, but by the master's orders, you're not allowed to leave the estate. It's for your own safety. Stand down. Huh? Uncle Chester! Sir, you're directly contradicting master's orders. I accept all responsibility for what happens here. But even if you go so far to Rhode Island, is of the essence. Okay. Ancia, be careful out there. Will do. Oliver, ever since you and Elizabeth passed on, I've always regretted that I stood against you and the reforms you tried to bring to our land. I should have stood with you. So, when your son decides to take up your ideals, and I choose to support him as happy-go-lucky as always. But it has suddenly just occurred to me how long it has been since I saw these three kids getting along, smiling and laughing as siblings should. How long? Well, if one of them wasn't being a dickwad, I mean, a determined young man. Great Elder, you need to rest. Bitch, I am about to die. Let me live my life to the fullest. According to the records, this great hall was built by the people of all three clans following the establishment of the Tri-Clan Council. The existence of cooperation of the three clans far predates the modern Tri-Clan system. Then, after thousands of years passed, the system was tweaked and sanded down until it has become what we see today. And then, this chair may have been here for thousands of years. Over a dozen great elders have sat on this seat, spending their lives here. Just as a dozen saintesses found their final resting spot atop this mountain. From the very beginning, the saintess was a fabrication of the Vinever court to facilitate the spread of the faith. Now you have chosen to tell me these things I've known for a long time. Are you meaning to say that our faith is false? You seem to be a lot more direct as well. But I mean the opposite, Enya. Sorry, Saintess. Oh, sorry, Saintess. Saintess! Do you know my original name? No. I'm afraid no one in the present Vinever court remembers it either. Even I, myself, have forgotten. Each Great Elder, after taking the mantle of the previous one, is known only as Great Elder. One day, the people will also forget your name, and know you only as Saintess. Then, they will believe in you, in me, and Ensiros in the mountain, in the water, even a single leaf. If people believe in anything, then what is faith? The Great Elder finally comes to an answer. What people believe is faith itself. People choose to vest power in the object of their faith. People attribute the things that they shun to their faith. People unconditionally trust in the way of life, which their faith guides them. So, what is faith? This man is about like off the rails. Oh my gosh. Faith is laziness and escapism and decadent. The Great Elder desperately clutches at Enya's wrist. His grasp is so tight that it leaves a red mark on her skin, as if he spent all his remaining strength on it. His eyes are fixed on the Saintess before him, but he seems to be looking at someone else. Faith is ugly, but even so, it is indestructible. In the thousands of years of Yarak's history, the cracks between the three major clans have gradually widened, yet no one can deny faith. Faith is the foundation of Yarak. Faith unites the people of Yarak. People seek out faith. People rely on faith. Yarak has existed like this for thousands of years. The people crave stability. The people crave stagnation. And Sirosis thinks that he's won, but he hasn't. He cannot win. How could he possibly defeat the faith that has coalesced in Yarak for millennia? This old man is about to die, but we are still young. But you are still young. You are the Saintess of this Vinever court, and you will become the Great Elder of this Vinever court. Go forth and instruct him. Overcome him. Make him understand that the faith itself, his actions are insignificant, beneath even mention. Enya remains silent for a while, but forces herself free of the Great Elder's grip. And suddenly, I hate the Great Elder. She feels pity for the old man before her, but she feels a greater determination. This is literally like... Very, very, like, reminiscent of real life, like, religion. What is religion? What are you devoting yourself to? And this man, like... It's weird, because these are the arguments made by, like, the anti-theists. And this man is literally, like, the peak of the religion. He's like, the religion is nothing, and it's just something people believe in. Which is so weird, because usually the Pope is like, no, we believe in God. Yaringder. She feels pity. Okay, we already read this. Enya is filled with determination. I disagree, Great Elder. You say that faith equals stagnation, and that people depend on faith because they demand stability. but that's not how I see things. It is true that people accept a faith and they come to rely on it. Laziness, escapism, decadence, I can't argue those. Interesting. But it does not mean itself that faith is stagnation. Faith is just faith, nothing more. It has no attributes by itself, and its substance comes from what is put into it. If the faith progresses, then the faithful will progress with it. If the faith progresses, and they continue to be referenced, like the same writing continues to be referenced year after year after year after, like, for centuries, and it's interpreted the same way, which is interesting. Whether or not people follow it is, like, debatable. I always think it's, like, really funny where people do, like, things that are, like, against the faith, like the olden times, but it doesn't matter because no one interprets it that way. But it still has that text in it, which is interesting. So the fact that this faith can grow, I don't believe that's true. Although technically, by it, like, evolving would be the stories getting passed down through generation and becoming more and more bastardized, basically. So, like, the actual story is no longer the story that's being told because no one remembers it. That's kind of what Yara was saying before, right? Is that, like, the story that I've heard is different than this one that this other person is telling. So this is interesting. I'm not sure if I agree with her on this. Let's see if she elaborates. If the faith stagnates, then the faithful will stagnate with it. The reason why you think the people of Yereg crave stagnation is precisely because Yereg's faith has been stagnant for thousands of years in the hands of the... Ask ourselves, one, does Yerengder exist? And two, who is she? And how can her faith not stagnate if it's determined by these people? Right? Anyway, I've drawn up this land as a prison to preserve the rules of some ancient agreement, surviving in these snow-capped mountains for millennia without exploring or even making contact with the outside world. And you mean to tell me that this agreement has nothing to do with our faith? Is it not just the arrogance of the Vinebear Court? Arrogance? No, this is not how things were meant to be. Nothing is inherently meant to be. It seems that way is only because it's never been changed. It's time to change, Great Elder. No, Saintish, you cannot change anything. Faith is a fundamental reason why Yereg is Yereg. I will go and face Ensidos, but not in the way you want. I don't know if I'll succeed, but since the Saintess has always been used by the Vinebear Court as a tool to guide the people's faith, I shall put this tool to good use. I am the Saintess, but I'm not the Saintess of the Vinebear Court. I'm the Saintess of Yereg. The music swells. Come on, Enya. I will use my methods to guide the people to freedom. The freedom to progress, to explore, to take risks. Our quarter is not changing. Which is like, yes. And then we just give the people to believe in Yaringdar, I guess. That's probably a deeper subject that we should go into, though. As for you, Grandpa, it's time for you to rest. Forever. I mean, for now. Attendants, come help the Great Elder away. Oh my gosh, Enya is freaking slapping right now. Oh my gosh, she told that old man off. Let's go. Enya stands up and walks to the door of the Great Hall, her eyes fixed forward. Just watch Ensia get all the way up there and Enya won't be up there anymore. Behind her, the Great Elder occupies the same seat. He gasps and he can't believe it. He has a heart attack. Remains there evermore, motionless, just like the snow of Yaringdar blanketed his dreams. I don't even know what just happened, but she's insane. Oh yeah, this is the stage where we fight DJ Brecher. Let's go! Let's go!
You're here to pray? Sorry, I'm busy right now.
This line, sorry, I'm busy right now, sounds so out of character.
Yes, I call slacking off. What I'm doing right now is taking the opportunity to recharge.
She doesn't seem like a saintess. She does not seem like a saintess in her lines at all, which is kind of funny. Okay. Alright, lady. Alright, last two, guys. We can do this, and then I'm gonna go eat ramen. Just forced in position. Yeah, by Silver Ash, right? Sir, I've searched the woodlands around the perimeter for the Pale Roach clan and found no signs of mobilization. Keep looking. Yes, sir. It's Vice. Gnosis. Another team is heading for Kiln. Line. That's where Yucatan is being held. Is this a rescue operation? Impossible. They're being far too inefficient for that. There must be another motive. Monch, based on the route you saw them taking, where do you think the doctor is headed? They chose a route that could lead either to Mount Carlin or to the pass. Oh. Could the doctor intend to pass by or bypass Mount Carlin to directly attack our territory? I should have warned you about this possibility. No, I was caught off guard myself. I should have stationed more troops at the pass. The doctor... But Arktos still hasn't shown himself, and we cannot say for sure what their true objective is. I'll have Valais head to the station to deal with Gulo. Then Vice can go to Lime. Or Lin. Have a portion of the troops stationed at the base of the mountain to defend the pass and prevent the doctor's forces from breaking through our territory. Understood. Oh yeah, I should have listened to Courier too. Just a girl that wants to go outside, honestly. General, we've taken control of the station. Why are we waiting here? The doctor told us to avoid hurting anyone. Let me show the note the doctor left me. Okay, that sounds about right. Choo-choo. Verge of war. They're marching troops all over the place. And these people are like just going about their lives. It's train drivers just like keep on trucking, I guess. Huh? What's going on here? The station now belongs to I'm too young to die. Run! That's right. Run faster. You really aren't in cahoots with that brother of yours? I'm here to stop him. After you to go, I had to halt the railroad. To do what again? Oh, right. Got to stop thing from running so that Silver Ash reinforcements don't show up too quickly. Well, thanks anyway, Gerald Gulo. That musclehead might not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but he certainly does know how to fight. He should be fine holding down the station. Next up is... Damn it, my ass! What? What? Madam, why don't you get off your burden beast and rest for a bit? The rest of us can handle things. Is she complaining that her ass hurts from riding the horse for too long? She's a squirrel riding a horse. Got it. I don't have the luxury for that right now. Her task is much more difficult than Madam, can we really hold out against those numbers with the forces we have here? Are you sure the doctor isn't just using us as fodder? That's right, the matriarch. Shut it! Look at me. Look at me. I'm the matriarch now. Listen, Ratatos is tired of carrying this clan on her back, so she's trusting this to me. We're at a do or die moment for the House of Browntail. If we succeed, the Browntail clan might just have a name, then you can leave now. But if being a Browntail means anything to you, then come with me. I've never seen Cyrus so charismatic before. I didn't know Cyrus had so much talent for speeches. I think she really is speaking from her mind. She's never been given a chance before. The support is that white flag. That's right, and to be honest, I find it hard to believe that the matriarch would do something like that. You're still not done? If you don't like it here, then beat it! We fight for the House of Browntail! Huh, that's more like it. Alright, I'll handle the rest. Are you serious about this? Don't worry, I'm a bona fide pro. You better not die on us. I'll be waiting for the good news. As much as I've trained, it's been a long time since I've done any real mountaineering. Not since I came to Rhodes Island for treatment. This is sure getting my blood pumping, though. Wait for me, sis. I'm coming to you. And she remembers how when she was a child, she always loved bringing her sister to climb the mountains. Though she was physically fit, she'd always give up halfway through. Her favorite thing to do was curl up on the sofa by the fire, knitting something for herself or her brother, or just napping. Wow, she really is a lazy kitty. My sister probably doesn't like mountains. That's what Encia thought. But in the end, after becoming Saint, she was about to atop the mountain. Oh my gosh, that's so ironic, that poor girl. What is she doing? Encia just gets walked all over all the time. It's about time she take a stand. You go, little girl. Encia had always had a dream that one day she would save her sister from the mountain. General, this weather raid should be useless now, right? No clue, but it probably isn't going to work anymore. I'm not gonna say anything, but sir. But who gives a shit? The other job the doctor gave us was to start some chaos in Silver Ash territory. The bigger the better. Since we're already messed this place up pretty good, let's move to somewhere else. Actually wants to tell you, but honestly I've got no clue what the doctor is trying to do either. But what I do know is I'm here to make enough trouble to give Encios a tough time. I'm good at comforting people. I also know that there's nothing I can do to bring back what you've lost, but I'm happy to rumble with you. Let's blow off your steam. Oh, I want to fight her. Wait, can you? Is she actually an enemy? What is it? The candle knight from Near Light was so cool. How come the Candle Knight isn't an op? Like, let's go. I want her. She was so cool. Her design was so good. And her like little chibi was so good. R.I.P. Whew, that should be it for the first checkpoint. If I remember this right, the trail was part of the this trail was part of the trial. You really got me going to become the Saintess. And she remembers the night before the selection of the Saintess, her sister had some kind of fight with her brother. That night, she sat alone on the sofa in the living room until the sun came up. She still remembered telling her sister that if not for the fact that she was too young, she would have joined the Saintess selection process herself. Her sister smacked her upside the head. Her sister was quite strong, but never did she expect that this would be the last time her sister would smack her around. Sir, it's starting to snow. Good opportunity. Getting their smiles upon us by the looks of things. Though it took a lot of extra time to make our way to the Holy Hunt, it was well worth it. How's the situation at the foot of my mountain? It seems like the doctor was able to divert their attention. The forces stationed there were far fewer than we expected. Haha, good. Very good. The doctor is quite capable. Still, we can't afford to bring shame to the Pararoach name. Warriors, now that our time is nigh, we need no longer conceal ourselves. Forget the Silver Ashes. Follow me. We'll rush out the mountain and rescue the Saintess. Yes, sir. Why did it have to start snowing now? Old Yaringer really has a dry sense of humor. Or maybe this is a test for me, as a sister of the Saintess? Well, whatever. A bit of a wind and snow can't hold me back. You can do this, Encia. You weren't just taking a big front... You weren't just talking big in front of Aurora. You got this. It was hard to send letters back to Yarag from Rhodes Island. Usually she would only get the opportunity when couriers showed up. Or like a kid, as if she couldn't see the sadness on their faces. She was always a child of the Silver Ash family. She read the books left behind by her parents and knew of the vision they had for Yarag. She also got good grades in Hypathia's class. Of course she knew. What she did not know is, did things have to turn out like this? If so, then why her family? I'm afraid they entered the site of the Holy Hunt, so our men were unable to track them down. And our forces stationed there couldn't stop them? A portion of the forces were split off to defend the pass. Plus, it suddenly started snowing and morale was low to begin with, since the goal was to break through the line. You've been outplayed, Gnosis. You made the right call. They only care about Mount Carlin and the Saintus. Everything else is secondary to that. You come back only to mock me? No, I wouldn't hesitate to in your position. Just as you used your long-standing reputation with Carlin Trade to put on a play of half-truths, our lack of familiarity with the Doctor worked to that one's advantage. No shortage of tricks up those mysterious sleeves. You may believe that the Doctor has designs on Yerag, but from my perspective, I don't necessarily think that the Saintus is the only objective. Of course, the Doctor could not be sure that we would see things this way, and that was the wager. That you'd see the Doctor's actions around the pass as a move against Yerag. The Doctor only required that you be sufficiently concerned about this possibility to send your troops assuage these concerns. As such, the Doctor won the bet. And Theod, your arrogance is truly loathsome. To wax admiring about the actions of your enemy at a time like this? This is not a game. We cannot afford to fail. I'm not a fan of failure, Gnosis. I've already sent Djembrecher. To intercept Arktos? No. Why do you think the Doctor chose a route that could lead either to Mount Carlin or the pass? You're saying that Arktos' forces are a ruse? From the very beginning, the Doctor's forces were both the bait and the main force. No wonder they were moving so slowly. They were waiting. That's right. Not mistaken. This is where they start making their move. If the Doctor is allowed to regroup with Arktos, then there would be real trouble. Arknight also cannot mend the relationship between her two siblings. However, how could she have no idea as to what her brother seeks to accomplish? How could she not see that the rift between the two is only growing wider and wider? But what can she do? Besides freeze to death on this mountain, apparently. She doesn't like to cry, to vent her frustration to others, or to give up. All she can do is wedge the climbing pick in her hand into the rock above her head and momentarily forget this. Doctor, Master Arktos has begun to move. We've already heard that the Silver Ashes are reinforcing the pass. So far, everything is proceeding as you planned. Until this moment. So she's here. This is as far as you'll go, Rhodes Islander. Look at me, looking good as ever, Doctor. I remember your code name. You're Sharp. Lucky the Doctor brought some spare clothes. So that's what's going on. This entire army is both the general article and also a decoy. To be precise, this plan was specifically tailored to you. The Doctor had them to be strewn across the ground. Then you're in luck. You've got a whole army of opponents right in front of you. You're the only one in this crowd worthy of being my opponent. Djembrecher shakes her head, sighing, as she offers an immutable truth within her opinion. Sharp looks at the woman before him, and for some reason is reminded of his friend Stormeye, a fellow elite operator. Stormeye would have been very happy to face an opponent like her. But to him, whether mingling with the army here or dealing with Djembrecher, all of this is just part of the job. It's a shame. An enemy's respect doesn't do much for me either. I dislike glory, but you don't seem to care about it at all. Nothing personal. It's just business. It's one of the tools to get the job done. Haha, I like the way you think. I've always despised self-righteousness challengers, pumped up on their skills or ideals, and without exception, I crush them all underfoot. I've heard of your feats as the Black Knight. Elite unsophisticates would only scare the natives, so I decided to switch weapons. Not that it matters what I use, though. Djembrecher flourishes the blade in her hand. In a blink of an eye, the wind and snow seemed to cleave itself in two. As for me, I was promised victory. Sharp bends forward slightly, placing his hand on the hilt of the standard issue knife at his waist. Djembrecher notices a familiar scent from him. Back when she was in Catsmere's, only a few people gave off the same scent. The scent of war. The scent of war. You smell that? Smells like war. Man, I'm not looking forward to fight her again on the EX stages. She does so much teleporting. Oh my god, it was so bothersome. So bothersome. Let's put her in her place. Do you come from the court of Sargon? That was my previous employment. Never thought you'd be able to identify Sargon's swordsmanship. I have little interest in arts. But when it comes to weaponry, I couldn't forget anything even if I wanted to. No wonder they called the Black Knife a natural-born warrior. The Black Knight. Natural-born? Do you know how long it took to go from a Lethean who can use arts to a natural-born warrior? Click. The shield in Sharp's hand reveals a crack. Though there are several wounds on Dejin Breacher's body, she seems not to notice them. Do you have no sense of pain? If growing up, the only waking sensation I knew was pain, then you too would be used to it. Have you danced with death? Everyone I knew who even thought of counting didn't survive long enough in battle. I heard the Black Knight, despite being a 3-time champion, was exiled from Catsmere's for hunting and refusing to work for the general. It's so cold on the mountain they have to stutter. Once a symbol of refusal was to bow to authority. Now a conspirator's bodyguard taking part in a usurpation of a country. I don't pass any moral judgments, but I can't help but to feel a little bit let down. I thought a Rhodes Islander of all people would understand Enciero's ideas. Understanding is one thing, acceptance is another. Our own eyes. If you do survive, that is. Let's go, Encia! I don't know how you didn't freeze your little tush off, but she made it. After a great many struggles, I feel like climbing that mountain would have taken days. But okay, sure. She is a snow leopard, so we'll give it to her. After a great many struggles, Encia finally reaches the edge of the cliff. She can scale easily, but the sounds of nearby conversation make her freeze. Everything's gone to shit down there, and everything's gone to shit up here too. Yeah, I can't believe the Great Elder went down like that, and now Arktos is rampaging his way up here. I was under the assumption that the worst was over, but I have no idea what's going to happen next. I didn't really think there'd be peace anyway, but now things have gone south. I feel a little guilty. Guilty? Why? Since we entered the Weinberg court, the lady, Saintess, has clearly taken the reins. Since the Great Elder collapsed, the entire Weinberg court has fallen in line with the Saintess. And below the mountain, Sir Encios has taken complete control. When you put it like that, it all makes sense, huh? The Saintess controls the mountain, Sir Encios controls everything below. Borrowing your words, I have no idea what's going to happen next. We're just underlings anyway, there's no point in thinking too hard about it. Yeah, you're right, why even bother? Hey, what's that? The granary is on fire! What? Someone gotta put it out! Hurry! Piece of cake. Madam, you certainly have a unique way of doing things though. That should be expected. The hell are you trying to say? No, nothing. That was just a compliment. Huh. I'll pay for them to reveal the granary after we're done here, but for now, we're on urgent business. Stop dragging your feet. The fire's got their attention. Let's go rescue Yucatan. Yar. I'm here, Saintess. During the ceremony, I recalled what happened to Spos. Nothing escapes you, Saintess. How do you come to know this person? By chance, when I was heading down the mountain to deliver your letter? I'll take your word for it then. Why this question suddenly grip your thoughts? I would like to meet this person. Huh? Though I don't know exactly why, the doctor stands in direct opposition to Encios. I want to know exactly why. I no longer doubt what I must do, but I'm afraid that I've made up my mind too late. There are some things I must fight for. About that, you needn't worry yourself. Why not? Because the doctor's emissary is right behind you. Huh? Oh my gosh, a family reunion! How cute! Sis! Encia, I suppose I've started hallucinating. Snap out of it, sis. You're not hallucinating. It's me, your sister, Encia. What? Encia? Is that really you? It is! Here, come touch me if you don't believe it. Enya wants to reach out with her shaking hand to feel Encia. She fears that her sister who suddenly appeared before her is an illusion, but before she has a chance to do so, Encia has already plunged into her arms. She knows right away without a shadow of a doubt that this woman embracing her is her dearest little sister. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. It's you, Encia. It really is you. I've missed you so much. I've missed you too. Sharp takes a few steps back with a shallow breath. He has fought many opponents throughout his career and has also learned from, or at least watched many formidable fighters at Rhodes Island. But he has to admit he has never faced anyone like Djinn Britcher before, or rather, an opponent as pure and as simple as Djinn Britcher. She has speed and strength and qualities every warrior should possess. Djinn Britcher has nothing more, but clearly needs nothing more. Why would anyone need anything more than incredible speed and strength? Fortunately, Sharp became an elite operator because he also possesses these two things. You have a lot of trust in Enciodes. What makes you say that? Few people have the capacity to do this for money. And besides, you are not a person who can be won over with money. What about you? You said this is just business. But what you've done goes well beyond duty. I assure you, the work I do is the work I like. I didn't like Catsmere. It's too chaotic, and the people are too loud. They are quite loud. Can agree. There was a lot of yelling, a lot of other things going on. I thought I wouldn't like Yerag either, but Yerag isn't too bad. That's a fair reason. Having a nice place to retire is important. As if reaching a tacit agreement, the two sides take a few steps back. They both realize that their previous moves achieved nothing towards the goal of eliminating their opponent. They would have to tap into more of their power. Djinn Britcher casts her sword aside and pulls the sword breakers from her waist. Sharp likewise discards his shield and holds his knife with both hands. An evergreen tree branch buckles under the weight of the snow with a crackling sound. In the same instant, Sharp and Djinn Britcher both vanish from where they were just a second ago. Honestly, what am I going to do with you? You actually managed to sneak past everyone and climb all the way up from the foot of the mountain? It was the only way for me to see you. You were just saying the doctor sent you up here? To what end? The doctor told me I should stay by your side, protect you when you need it, or help you escape. When I need it? Yeah, like if our brother tries to do something bad to you. Okay, this is what I think. He has his ideas and I can't stop him, but if those ideas end up putting you in danger, I'll put my life on the line to stop him. Enya suddenly understands why the doctor sent her sister here to her side. For protection, for a way out. These are the two reasons she told Encia. But the doctor also knows about her ideals, as well as the fact that being able to see her sister would be inherently meaningful. Having Encia protect her? Have Encia help her escape? No, quite the opposite. She is the one who should protect Encia. She is the one who should help Encia escape. She is the one who should be fighting. Encia, I see you're still wearing the same bracelet I made for you. Of course, and I'll keep wearing it. I'll find the time to make a new one for you. Really? Mm-hmm. So, Encia, yeah? Do you want to do a little favor for me? A favor? Come with me. It's awfully quiet outside, but there should still be 2 guards. The window. If I don't want them to see me from this angle, I have to lead the guards away first. The patrol route. They pass through this area 5 times a day and should be coming around soon. No, I can't force open the lock, but if I pick it, then there might still be a chance. Sir Ensidos, this time, I swear. They're coming. The conflict, their 3 clans seem inevitable, but Browntail clans, burning. Cyrus. Cyrus? Why did they mention Russ? Did something happen to her? Damn it, I'm still too far away, I can't hear clearly. No, she can't handle herself. I have to find a way out of here first, then Cyrus and the matriarch. Halt! Who are you people? Stop them right now! Ugh! There's a commotion coming from the entrance. What happened? What's up, bitches? I happened. Yucatan, are you alright? Russ, what are you doing here? Huh? Are you dumb? I'm here for— You didn't have to come yourself, you know. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you. Yucatan, say one more word and I'm going to beat the crap out of you. Shut up. Think about what you're doing for me, and I'll do the same for you. And you better not forget it. Also, you're not allowed to abandon me ever again. Russ, you know I'd never do that. Huh, of course I know. Moving to intercept us. Right, on schedule. I'll tell you the details later. But our job is to cause some more trouble for those Silver Ash bastards. And there's someone else I want to talk to. But that comes later. Things aren't looking too good, and Weiss won't go down easy. But we're in this together, right, Yucatan? Of course, I'll be there for you as long as you need me. Ooh, cute little married couple. Close in on them. Don't let Arktos up the mountain path. Sir, we're about to be completely encircled. Huh, I suppose this is as far as we get, just charging through. Please lay down your arms, Arktos. Child of Yak, I don't know what Ensiros offered you to make you so infatuated with him. The Yak family is prominent in Padroch lands. Yet, you still chose to help Ensiros usurp Yadag. Lay down my arms? Never. Arrest Arktos, but try to take him alive. Come with me, you Silver Ash scum, who's brave enough to face me. Is this man, is he missing an arm? I don't know why I just had that thought. He definitely is. Aurora? Does that mean... Look, it's me. Doctor? Don't tell me. DJ Brecher. Ah, Doctor, it's about damn time. Haha, Yarak Snow is a challenge for outsiders like you. Ha, now that the reinforcements are here. Though they're still all... I'm looking forward to it. Is this the head of this guy? His head is so small. And he looks like a little teddy bear. Look at his little smirk. I can't tell if that's a little smirk or a little rain. Either way, he looks like he's smirking. The little teddy bear is smirking. Warriors! What has been the House of Padroch's duty since the beginning of time? Defend Yareg from foreign enemies and protect the peace of the land. Now, Ensiros seeks to work against the Saintess and use her as his tool. Can we, the House of Padroch, accept that? No, absolutely not. Reinforcements have arrived. Follow me up to Mount Carlin, topple Ensiros, and rescue Saintess. Topple Ensiros, rescue the Saintess. Topple Ensiros, rescue the Saintess. Topple Ensiros, rescue the Saintess. Ah! Well, Sir Ensiros can fuck right off. Since when do I need Ensiros' consent to do things? Ding ding, ding ding, ding ding. Other worldly bell sounds throughout the court. The next moment, everyone present except Ensia falls to the ground. Wow, incredible. Yar. Saintess. How did you know I was here? I can guess where a clever girl hides. I need to make a trip down the mountain, so please look after things here. Oh, are you leaving this hard work to me? There are even more troublesome things waiting for me. If that's the case, I suppose I can't object. Wait. Yar, weren't you supposed to stay at the court? Why are you in the middle of the snow? What are you doing? Doctor, in fact, during each Saintess selection, I dress up as a maid and secretly observe all the girls being tested. You were the sixth one that year. I didn't have very high expectations for you at first, since the Saintess have been more and more boring as of late. They may have been strong of body, but none of them were sufficiently strong of will, and all ended up being puppets of the others. Sometimes I wonder if this is because Yarag is too closed off, and they are people of this country too, stagnated. But you're different. You were very interesting, Enya. You didn't come here because you wanted to be the Saintess, but because of your anger and disappointment. You faced the unforgiving elements on your trail up the mountain. You refused to give up even when your body reaches limits. The thing on your mind was not becoming a Saintess or becoming the envoy of Yaringder. Rather, you were here because you were thinking about how best to serve Yarag people. You thought about how disappointed you were in your brother, how disgusted you were with the other two clans, and the rage you felt at becoming the Saintess. What would really surprise me is your attitude towards Yarag, or more with which a Saintess is treated in the Vinebear court, while actively searching for a way to help the people. These things have become part of your nourishment, and now all that nourishment has transformed into your strength. You have not lost yourself among the turmoil, and you have made your choice. Congratulations, my child, my envoy, my friend, my sister. Forgive me for not being able to guide you. I rashly branded this land with my mark, and I still regret it to this day. But at least allow me to add some color to your journey. Above the silent passageway, Yars... Clap, clap. After which everything changes. So that the excellent warriors like yourself would no longer make sacrifices in vain? Don't force my hand, Valis. That's my line, Gulo. The two of them take a step back and assume a solid stance. They know that today, one of them must fall. Gah, what a stubborn one. I underestimated you. But even if you manage to defeat us here, it won't make any difference. You cannot stop the master. Like I care. The matriarch, Raditos, has always had her own ideas about Yarag. She also wants people to move forward and hopes that everyone can have a better future. Except, she doesn't have the power. And so, she became Raditos the Schemer, as you people call her. Maybe to you, my sister is just a bump in the road. But to me, she'll always be my beloved sister. Hey, Raditos is my sister, and I'm married to her sister, who is Raditos' sister, which means that we're all one big happy family and also incestuous, but, okay. Yucatan, we don't hold any personal grudges against you as long as you're willing to lay down your arms. We guarantee your sister. Or I will kill you. The same goes for you, Yucatan of Browntail clan. You must remain here. You can do it, Yucatan! Huh? Look, Mount Carlin. Are those dark clouds clearing up? Sharp turns and watches Degen Breacher slowly return her swordbreakers to her waist. Around them, trees lie snapped in twain and rock shattered as if a catastrophe swept through the land. He doesn't notice his knife slipping because he already lost feeling in his right hand. He has lost. Best not overuse your right hand for the next fight here until now, so I've done my job. The others will handle the rest. Now my job's done. It's time to clock out. Is your job that important to you? Maintaining professionalism is very important to me. Finding out a good employer isn't easy, so I do happen to care about this job. What about you? You knew from the beginning that I was here to waste your time. You don't look that upset about it. Called a bit of a curiosity. Even if you had managed to delay me here, what exactly can you accomplish? Looks like Encido's bodyguards are good for doing more than his dirty work. People only know that Encidos bought the Black Knight. They don't know the Black Knight also approves of Encidos. And Encidos are both prideful. I'll remember your name, Sharp. You don't have to remember my name, but do you well to remember the doctors. What's going on at Mount Carlin? I'm ready to see some great art with Prominix. Soldiers, in formation. Yes, sir. All forces. Let's go! Time seems to stand still in this moment. Only the Saintess' footsteps reverberate through the mountains. The wind and snow already gave way at some unknown time. The dark clouds overhead seem to part before her path, slowly spreading to both sides. The light filtering through the clouds shines upon the Saintess, and for a second the people see her descending from the sky itself. But this is no illusion. A miracle is a miracle. This is a miracle! This is a moment. Only one thought remains in the hearts of the warriors, and that is to offer the staunchest devotion to the Saintess. Featuring Encia. Yar? Go. I will tend to the great elder. Of course. Come to think of it, even though the Great Hall has been repaired several times, it may not be much younger than her. The same goes for the title of Great Elder. No one would deny that the existence of the Weinberg Court has allowed Yerag to maintain fate. At least, that is what some people hope. Sweet dreams, Great Elder. You've done well. You've all done well. That is so ominous. I mean, granted, he's dead now, so... I guess it is ominous, but at a part where you expect it. How? What is that? Is that a miracle? What's going on at Mount Carlin? All forces, pull back. What just happened? Can it be a miracle from Yeringder? Oh, Radatos is back. What will happen to Yerag now? Hurts my eyes. You've got me wondering now. Is this also part of your doctor's plans? I don't know myself. To be honest, if this was part of doctor plans, or even an anticipated possibility, even if it was some operators act like the doctor's omnipotent, I think this would be a bridge too far. All the warriors along the mountain trail lay their weapons down. In the face of a miracle from the goddess of the snowy mountains, the goddess they have all worshipped all their lives, the mortal squabble seems ridiculous. I, leader of the Powderoach clan, Arktos Powderoach, offer my most sincere blessings to her envoy, the Saintess. After a short silence, he slowly bows to the Saintess and kneels before her. All the Powderoach warriors follow his lead, repeating his act. Does not seem like a loss to you? It might have in the past, but today, maybe not. Enturo steps forward. He strides out from the crowd and also approaches the Saintess, taking a knee and offering his blessing. All the warriors of the Silver Ash clan follow suit, and thus the Snowcap incident comes to an unexpected conclusion. Oh my gosh. We are almost at the end. We are almost at the end and the mouse almost stopped working. Oh my gosh. Alright, to take a quick break. And then we'll wrap this up. We're almost there. Go get your last one. Alright. We are on to the final, the culmination. Come down from the mountain and she's going to deliver us all. Alright. You guys ready? Thousands of years ago, Yaringdir descended onto this land, naming it Yerag, and bestowing upon it her eternal vigil. For thousands of years, her teaching have continued to pervade all the lives of Yerag's people. She gave her flesh to the Pale Rouge clan, her hide to the Browntail clan, and her bones to the... hide was like the dried flesh. Or maybe flesh is like a... not as deep. I don't know. Like when you think about like animal hide, it's like really thick. The children of Yerag. We all harbor the greatest respect for her in our hearts and our work together to survive in this land to this day. However, as we all know now, Yerag is not only a country, is not to deal with such people. In the reality, these disagreements are not an existential crisis. Rather, they are her way of testing us, her way of guiding us. She is an object of faith for all the people of Yerag, our mother and the guardian. As our mother, she never wishes to see her children stagnate. Therefore, do not let your desire to preserve the old prevent you from trying something new. You are her children, and you should be full of courage. Do not let your nostalgia for your homeland prevent you from exploring new places. No matter where you go, she will walk with you. Do not let what you've already possessed prevent you from seeking greater ventures, for you have the right to more in life. After all, she is tolerant. The land she protects should be tolerant, and her people should also be tolerant. By the authority she has vested in me, I solemnly declare the Vinebear Court will tolerate the beliefs of outsiders toward Yaringdir. Furthermore, the Vinebear Court encourages all citizens to pursue a better life in their own ways. In the commemoration of the Saintess of Mount Carlin, the Illuminated One, known as the Blessed Enya Silverash, and the surrounding... The incident in the valley began just as an idle move. I need someone to distract the Pale Rouge clan so I could dispatch supplies and personnel in secret. If not you, it could have been anyone else. I planned on apologizing to you after it was all said and done, but now I should probably apologize for underestimating the impact you would have. Enzudo speaks to himself while moving a chess piece. As long as we share the same purpose, he will not betray me, nor do I need to exchange any information with him while executing a plan. I could sit back and let him employ all resources in whatever way he deemed efficacious while stymieing the power of the Browntail clan. Destroy the railroad tracks was just a clever trick. Gnosis gained Radatos' trust and also blocked a draw. As if foreshadowed the end result, Enzios takes his hand off the piece and spreads them out. It means this round is over. It would appear that my luck has been quite rotten lately. In my case, anything other than great victory is a crushing defeat. But this time, indeed, is an exception. Without a doubt, I have won. But what I didn't expect was you to open up another possibility for my victory. Yes, another possibility. I thought that outcome was impossible, but you managed to see it through and influence the situation without knowing anything. That doesn't change the fact that I won. Perhaps it's been too long since I've had a worthy opponent, but such a close match truly made my heart swell. Surely you understand why I was so eager to unite Yerag under one banner. That's right. I don't particularly hate the Vinebear Court, nor am I in any rush to eradicate religion from these lands, nor am I particularly dissatisfied with Arktos' insularity or Radatos' hesitation. They don't know the things that happened outside, and thus will not hold the same views as me. If they had enough time, I wouldn't mind spending 5 or 10 years, or even longer, changing their minds and changing Yerag in a gentler way. But Yerag does not have enough time. Even if we cannot be considered rich, there are bound to be neighboring countries eyeing this land undisturbed by catastrophes. I must push us forward, and there are people who cannot accept that I can only deprive them of their right to object. That is all. I am simply sharing some of my thoughts with people worthy of hearing them. As far as I know, Arktos will announce his responsibility for poisoning the Great Elder and resign as head of the clan. As for why he decided to make this show of grace, he decided to make an oath with the Saintess so that she would take control of the Palroach lands, perhaps to cement the Saintess status. The Browntail clan has signed an agreement of subordination to the Silver Ash clan. I can share some extra details with you. I have no desire to take over the Browntail clan should Radatos desire. Her power would not be any less than it was in the past. There are no longer any left who desire stagnation, only refuse to budge, or would fret over costs and benefits. None stand in the way of Karlan trade and Yarag's development. This is an outcome I can accept, Doctor. Of Yarag out of stagnation, with her guidance, not my instigation. You proved yourself to me and to Yarag, but you also proved Enya. Mr. President, it's almost time for the meeting. Of course. Regardless, Yarag is about to undergo massive changes, Doctor. Next time, it may be difficult for me to meet with you, but I can assure you that Rhodes Island is free to come and go wherever in Yarag. Also, a new contract that will allow us to call each other. Yar? You've got some guts, you know. How long have you been keeping me in the dark? Do forgive me, Saintess, for I don't know how I have sinned. Oh, so be it then. But Yar, I do have something I want to ask you. Yes, Saintess? I want to know, was it her intention for me to become the leader of Yarag? Was all of this her plan? Me feeling lost and confused throughout this entire chain of events? And then my determination when making that final decision? Did she expect all of that? Yar understands why Enya suddenly asked that question now, of all times. She is afraid. She is not afraid that she made the wrong decision, but she is afraid that everything, as far as her eyes can see, is just a game played by gods. There is but one thing I can assure you. She has never once sought to interfere with your free will. Your thoughts have always been your own. Who is to say whether her miracles are nothing more than the wishes and fabrications of her faithful? Perhaps she gave everything so that the people of Wind and So would have a pristine land to call home. She looks out over this land, searching for ways to bless the people who live here with happiness. As for the answer you gave, she acknowledges it. Nothing more. If that's true, then can you do me a favor? Name the favor? Please ask her not to take you away. Oh? Isn't that what always happens in the stories? Though I found my answer, it comes at a cost of losing you. I will not ask favors of her willy-nilly, so would you if one day you no longer uphold the ideals you currently do, then I will no longer stay by your side, but until then, I swear to serve as your head maid. No taking that back, okay? Okay. You want me to be your representative at Rhodes Island? That's right. Plan succeeded. Your situation in Yarag is only going to get worse. You just didn't expect that person you were trying to win over the most would almost sabotage your plan if people kept coming to throw rocks at my lab windows. Also, I'd like to meet this doctor for myself. Oh, are you interested? As if I simply want to see whether your doctor, who has already left a mark on this land, will end up becoming our enemy. And if not, then I'd also like to know what level of technical prowess a company that has succeeded in suppressing Orithpi possesses. Gnosis, that gleeful hungry on your face, looks about as bad when you accuse me of... Gnosis, your luggage has been prepared. It's time to go. Of course. Shall we leave now then? Just a moment. Launch? Within that plain room, everything stands in order except the girl who always spoke with a hint of gloominess had disappeared. He immediately spots a dagger sitting on the table in the middle of the room. He gave that dagger to Monch. He remains silent for a spell, then picks up the dagger and walks out the door. The sun is shining outside. Wow, that's a first. Hey doctor, look! They already started selling Saintess things to selling stuff with the Saintess on it. Haha, I'm not the only one. Plenty of folks around all over the streets were even being encouraged to do business now. Now that you mention it, those things I was hawking before didn't actually believe in them, but but when I was making goods for the Saints, I had real faith in what I'm doing. When we first heard about the transfer of power, us business folks were real worried about what was going to happen. But I never imagined that the Saints would be so open-minded. Now, even the most stubborn of folk have nothing to say against dealing with foreigners. Also, I heard that Sir Encidos plans to meet with the Saints for discussion to fully open Browntail and Perroach territory to the outside world. If you ask me, I'm looking forward to seeing this new day more and more. I'm glad to hear you were able to mediate the situation among the three clans, and now that resulted in something more people could agree with. You know, I have to thank the Saints and Sir Encidos for all this. Alright, were you planning on leaving Yerag in that get-up of yours? Yep, my vacation's coming to an end, so it's time for me to head back to continue my treatment and work. In that case, take whatever you want, it's on me. Treat it like my parting gift to you. Well, no need to be so polite, you've earned it. Alright, I'll take you up on it then. I want this portrait of my sister, this embroidery, and that sculpture. Hey, that picture... A painting hanging on the wall catches Encia's attention. It's of her sister Enya and her brother Encida standing at a negotiating table shaking hands, seemingly reaching some sort of agreement. For a moment, she pauses. Ah, this painting depicts Sir Encidos and the Saints reaching agreement on Yerag's future. Though I don't know if this was a scene that actually happened, there is no doubt that those two are the ones governing Yerag now. And everyone knows they are siblings. Surely they must get along very well. Tell me, do they really? Yep, totally. Let's see if there's anything else. Doctor, is there anything here you want? Of course, I want pictures. I want pictures of Romanix. Thank you. You got it. Lady Encia. I did say you could have anything you wanted for free, but please try to have some mercy. Doctor, though the tour of us service sends Encio's retainer, we are also employees of Rhodes Island. We would like to apologize to you for all sorts of things. Curry and I will not be shameless to ask for your forgiveness. We understand. We understand. The situation is indeed excusable, which I'll note in the report. As for how the bosses will respond, that I cannot say. Thank you, Doctor and Captain Sharp. Thanks again. Oh, thanks again. Doctor, I've already said goodbye to my folks. I'm ready to go now. Why is Doberman here? What is going on? Why is Doberman here? Got your stuff? Instructor Doberman! The Saints became the of things. You people managed not to get involved this time. At least. By the looks of things, not only did you get yourselves involved, you got heavily involved. I look forward to reading your reports. Alright, if there's anything else you have to say, save it once we're on the road. Get in the car, we're heading back to Rhodes Island. Where's Cal? I want Cal. If Doberman's gonna show up, then ISTG, where is Cal? Also might have to sneeze. No? I guess not. Unfortunate. Doctor, do you remember that painting we saw in that store back there? Right. Then and there, I really wanted to buy that painting. But after thinking about it some more, I decided not to. I mean, I know that never happened. My brother just decided to let my sister have a move. That's all there was to it. It's not your fault, Doctor. Without you, the tension between those two would have only gotten more vicious. But at least this helped me sort one thing out. And that is, regardless of which one of them made the decision, it came as a result of their beliefs. You were just a catalyst in driving things forward. Just like how nobody would try to convince me to give up mountain climbing. Beliefs can't be changed so easily. Right, but I have another belief that won't be changed easily. One day, I'm going to make sure my brother and sister get along again, just like they used to. Good luck on that. Guys, we did it. We read the whole thing. Also, this is like completely unrelated to what we were doing. Not unwelcomed? But also, I wanted Ifrit. July 14th. Ooh, let's go. 9-color deer is so pretty. But I'm also kind of worried that I'm gonna get Phantom. I was concerned that I was gonna get Phantom before, but like now apparently I got freaking Weedy. But I also don't really have any things, and like Con was like, yeah, don't use OP to pull, but like I also have 600 of it. So like I want Ifrit. Is she in like the normal operator thing? Because I had this 6-star like card that I could pick any 6-star operator, and I decided to get Effie. But I don't remember if Ifrit was in there. Also, I want to look at Weedy. How do you do this? Oh wait, there it is. Huh. Nothing about her would make me think that she is a shift. I'm gonna have to build her up though. So one day, I've been farming all the things. I don't know. I wonder. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. I wonder. Maybe I'll just have to wait until the next anniversary or something to get a 6-star thing. I also have this thing, but only to. Or not, I guess. Alright, I won't. But anyway, that is it for today. Thank you guys for watching part 2. Hopefully all the buffering wasn't too bad. I'm gonna have to assess the situation. In the last part, we lost like an hour of content just from buffering. So hopefully it wasn't that bad this time, but I do have the backup. I might upload it private and then link it, just so that we don't lose the momentum that this video had, because that would be a pain in the butt. But thank you guys for watching. For anyone that stuck it out the whole time, that's ripe. But yeah, new vid. I'll see you soon. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and join the Discord.